How's everyone doing today? I was trying something new with my live stream. I don't know if it actually worked. I screwed up my sound, I screwed up my microphone, I screwed up everything. Uh, Hopefully somebody in chat will let me know if you guys can hear me. I've been frantically going at this for the past half an hour. I thought I had it. I went to go live and everything was broken. So apologies for my tardiness to start the new year. Um, there's my chat. Let's see who's hanging out. I see green bars bouncing, so it should be working. We got Ponga in here saying boom, Pokey Chef. Cletus. Cletus is ready to boom. Shug Nasty, Basic Trainer. Happy New Year to everyone. Dan is indeed late. Usually people are saying I'm late when I'm not late, but this was set at 10:01, so I was in fact late. Starting off the new year strong, absolutely. Happy New Year. Dan's coming, hang tight, everybody. I appreciate you. Nice shoebox. New Year late, Dan, not a good start. Who wants some trivia? Rocket so fast he overshot his start. I was going to do something with like me in a rocket ship instead of having me in this office. I was going to do like a big celestial background. I had high hopes, and then time got away from me, and 10 o'clock came, and I thought, man, I should have scheduled this for 11 o'clock. But oh no, is microphone not on your normal microphone?
Yeah, I should be on the Yeti now. As I said, I completely screwed up everything. Every setting within OBS, every scene within OBS was broken pretty much. Uh so yeah, we're here. We're trying new things for 2025. We might be failing. We learn from our failures. But what's everyone doing? How's the new year treating everyone? Uh better now. I appreciate you guys. Uh, the amount of times I've done a pokey flips with Nick and or whatever other content, recorded some entire like pre-recorded thing, and I'm in with Nick, I'm in with whoever else, and they don't tell me. But when you've got 55 people watching on YouTube, someone will let you know if your audio is trash. So I appreciate all you MVPs. Let me know. Uh, I'm all thrown off now. I'm gonna try to catch up with chat, and then we're gonna see where we're gonna go tonight. I don't have like a big itinerary. I don't have a big schedule for the night. I will talk a little bit about my upcoming videos. I'm always talking about what videos are on the horizon. I need to be, otherwise I'll forget what I'm going to do. But yeah, I have like I think all January's booked. I think I have a video planned for every single day in January. I'm gonna pull up the tab that I need for that for when we need it. I had Google open with 20 tabs. How do you fix this? How do you fix that? Oh man, it was messy. It was real messy the last half an hour over here. um, how's it going? The experience share. We got Skya, Johto Giraffe. Yeah, sound is rough. I have 4 cameras, so I don't know which camera I was coming through, but it's on the Yeti now. So I am often live on Thursday, but not always. I wish I could have the consistency with my live streams that I do with my Monday 1 o'clock video. It's so much easier with a pre-recorded video. Oh look, something. Let me know if you hear this sound. Did you hear a sound with that? You were supposed to hear a sound with that, but you probably didn't. It doesn't look like you did. But that is something new when people become a member. I appreciate you very much. Nice shoebox becoming a member. If you subscribe, if you become a member, if any other things happen, this little area will have that going on. I was not gonna bring it up, and I was gonna wait and see if it was gonna happen. So I'm glad to see that it did. Um, yeah, I appreciate everyone. I had like 20 people message me that my microphone was not on the normal thing. MVPs out here. Boom, 2025. That is the only topic for tonight. I will talk like probably 30,000 foot level. I'll talk about a lot of the things that I'm probably going to do in full-fledged videos in January. I'm going to do my Mondays 1 p.m. I'm not changing anything drastically. So I made drastic changes to my business in 2025, but I'm not changing anything drastically. A little bit of new branding, a little bit of a new brand toolbox. that we can show off and we can talk about as people might subscribe. If people become members, that'll pop up. But yeah, I'm not drastically like, I'm not closing down eBay. I'm not opening up a new live streaming platform yet. That might come sometime early this year. That will likely come sometime early this year. But a lot of major things happened in 2024 that I will be talking about in my recap of the year. So the main three videos that will fill up January. Three of the main ones. I guess I only have four, so let's see what they'll be. The first one, January 6th, will be my predictions for 2025. So before I recap how well my predictions went, I did do at the start of 2024. I did 2024 predictions. I said I thought MetaZoo was going to be doing XYZ, which will be funny to listen back and hear what I said there. I talked about Pokemon sets, maybe some price points. I talked about what I might be buying, selling. The predictions, I haven't gone back and listened to the whole video yet, but I'm very interested to, because this was the newest upcoming set for MetaZoo at the time that I recorded that video. And I probably talked about what I thought was going to happen with this and the next set and the next set that never came. So that'll be interesting to go back and audit. It will be interesting to go back and see what I talked about eBay, my aspirations for eBay. I have kind of an idea what I proposed as my goals and this and that. And then out of nowhere, Fanatics comes in and like Fanatics Collect, Fanatics Auctions, all these massive things I'm doing with my own sales. Personally, I just sold off my trophies. I didn't know that was going to happen in 2024. So that video auditing my predictions will be on January 13th, the second Monday. The first Monday, though, we'll be making the same wacky, wild, inaccurate predictions for 2025. I know a lot of people tend to go out and make, this is what I think is going to happen in this coming year. I haven't seen the audit videos as much. I haven't seen the videos where like, hey, last year I predicted XYZ. None of that happened. All of them happened, whatever it may be. So I'm excited to do that too. So that's the first two videos in January. Monday is 2025 predictions. Monday the 13th is how did my 2024 predictions fare? And then I think probably the 27th, I'll probably do the fourth Monday in January, will probably be my sales performance. And this is how much money I spent and or this is how much money I sold in 2024. I will need some time to put that one together. I will be putting that together for my taxes and stuff anyways. But doing that for the first, second, or third Monday in January is quite ambitious because of the amount of reports that I have to go through, pulling from Fanatics, pulling from Fanatics Collect and Live, pulling from eBay, pulling from Troll and Toad Evo, pulling from everywhere, and then putting that all together, or pulling from all my different credit cards, all my different bank accounts. I'm excited to do all that. Lots of spreadsheets. I'm gonna have my good old robotic buddy for the first time, ChatGPT. I did this past Sunday. I did a teaser for what my third video of the month will be. So January 20th, I will have been on live streaming platforms for over 90 days. I believe as of today, how many days is it since, I think, October 4th? Days since October 4th. It has been 89 days since October 4th. 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere in there was our first day on Fanatics. So 90 days will be sometime quite soon. 90 days will be sometime in the next week. And I will recap that for my third video of January. That will be January 20th. It'll be 90 days of selling on Fanatics Live. How it's gone, things that surprised me, things that didn't surprise me, what kind of inventory is doing best, what kind of inventory is doing worst. I'm going to do that on January 20th. So I'm excited for that too. It's a very packed lot of, I'm going to have to go back to like the presentation style video. For anyone who's been wondering, where are all the Dan presentation style videos? They're coming. All 4 of them, I believe, in January will be presentation style videos. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited for that. Hopefully others are excited for that as well. Those are, yeah, I think those are the 4 that I have to make. I think those are the ones that I've been talking about for quite a while already. This past Sunday, though, on our monthly Zoom call, our monthly Zoom live stream that we do with the Pokenomics Patreon, I did a teaser. I did like a pretty deep dive into, here are all, like I started with the CSV from Fanatics that was all of our sales, all of our Fanatics live sales, me, PK, Ponga. And I went through, this is how many packs we sold, this is how many dollars we sold. I went through pretty deep, maybe a fair bit deeper in some respects than what I'll do for YouTube, but also just different than what I'll do for YouTube as well. I kind of hoped and I kind of expected that a lot more of the questions would be like, hey, how did you turn that huge CSV into all that data, those charts, those numbers? Like, how did you pull those out specifically? Heavily leaning on ChatGPT, some pivot tables here and there. But I'm going to have to make a video. I guess it'll have to wait till February. But how I pull from 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 row spreadsheets, how do I pull that and turn it into a digestible report for the tax man? Or that's what I'll have to do. So sometime in February, when everyone gets all their 1099s, everyone gets all their W-2s, and they're looking to file their taxes to get their return back, get their refund back, I'll have to make a video. I'm going to post it right now in my little YouTube planning document on Google. February tax video using ChatGPT reports of CSV. So that's going to come in February. I'm excited for that one. I've always done a lot of Excel. I've always done a lot of pivot tables and reporting, summarizing up large amounts of data in Excel. And the way that ChatGPT has helped expedite some of that stuff is huge. And I've utilized it for the past few months. I've been subscribed to it, underutilizing it. But the past couple weeks, throughout this week and a half or so that it's been like the holiday season, I've been digging in deeper. Let's see what's going on in chat. I think that's everything I have for today. That's my little Dan rant to start off the stream. We're only 13 minutes in, so gonna be hanging out for a while. What meat is going to 2x in 2025? Let me see if I can get it in a presentable format. I don't know why I have this in. I'm not even listening to music. Oh no. I was gonna say when I turn that off, it might end up making my Pandora go or something. I realized as I did it, I shouldn't do it. Feels weird not having an earbud in during this. But that was one issue that I ran into when I was trying to set up the audio stuff, trying to get it so this alert box area would feed audio. I need this alert box to feed my desktop audio into OBS, but I need my Pandora from my Google Chrome browser not to feed into my desktop audio for OBS. I was looking up different audio channels, audio mixers. I thought I had it all sorted out, and then everything fell apart. So I will have to revisit that not 30 minutes before a live stream. I'm going to pull a, oh no, my Google Photos hasn't updated. So my Google Photos hasn't updated. Oh, I can actually get it from Discord. I was going to pull, I'm not going to share Discord, but I'm going to go pull a couple photos that I shared of my New Year. So how was everyone in chat? Happy New Year for one. Let me know how your New Year went. Hopefully it went very well. Mine did. Had a great time. I'm going to share some pictures of my New Year. I'm just trying to get all these images that I shared in Discord opened into a browser. So Grimer wants to know what meat is going to 2x in 2025. And it's obviously a meme question, but we need to take this meme question with some amount of seriousness. As I always do. We need to get into it. We need to talk about the nuance and all that stuff. So I think this is what I want to do. I have no idea where my picture is. So yeah, here is some meat that I had on New Year's Eve. So what I did was I did like a seafood boil, and I also did a bunch of steaks. So there was tenderloin, ribeye, and picanha. I reverse seared them, so I did them to 125-ish internal temperature on the smoker, on the Pit Boss smoker, and then I seared them on the Weber grill. So yeah, smoking hickory pellets on the Pit Boss. Pit Boss. Yeah, I believe it's Pit Boss. On the Pit Boss smoker, reverse seared on the Weber grill. Seared on the Weber grill after having brought it up to the internal temperature. Terrible photos, I know. I'm not a good photographer, but I believe I'm a pretty good cook, which is what matters more, in my opinion. So let's reorient this. This was the spread. I had some family over. I had my sister-in-law came, my sister, her husband, her kids, her mother-in-law, and then my parents as well. So yeah, I did a seafood boil. Seafood boil entailed snow crab legs, Dungeness crab legs, king crab legs, clams, little neck clams, shrimp, andouille sauce, andouille sausage, andouille sausage. I don't know how to say it. Some other kind of sausage too. Corn on the cob, potatoes, onions, all kinds of tasty stuff. Broccoli in there too. Nice Cajun garlic butter sauce, very very delicious. And I know I didn't have for my first picture with the big spread. I couldn't fit all the crab legs I wanted to do into the I had 2 gallon, 3 gallon stock pots going. I actually ordered a bigger stock pot today for next time I do it. But I had this stuff going and I couldn't fit all the crab legs, so I had to do the crab legs separately later, and then I did like take a better picture with crab legs properly presented in their place where they should be at the top of the pile. But absolutely delicious. Probably the best meal of 2024. I did have Charlotte 2024. I went to the Capitol Grill with everybody. I went to so many great meals with Pokemon people. I went to so many great meals without Pokemon people, my normal daily life non-Pokemon events. But this was probably the best meal I had in 2024. I'm a big like buffet guy. I want to try a little bit of 20 different things. And I did that last night. I did that on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. There's no like all you can eat seafood buffets around me. Even if it was a lot of money, I would pay a lot of money once a year to go do it. No one has it. So I did the math. Under $200. Under $200. My wife and I, the two of us, can't go to a fancy steakhouse and get like steaks. And I can make good steak at home. This is more of an appropriate thing for like 2 hours into this live stream. But somehow I'm here right now. We can talk about this more if people want to talk about it more later. But I still haven't gotten over how good of a dinner that was last night. It was fantastic. Under $200. I fed 2, 4, 6, 7 adults and 4 children, and then we had leftovers for everyone else to eat. Not everyone, a few people to eat. I sent my sister home with some. I kept a bunch. We had dinner tonight with it. I'm sure they had dinner tonight with it. Crazy the amount of food that it was for under $200. So let me bounce around a little bit. Let me see if there's any commentary. Oh yeah, I forgot to answer. I have undervalued in the past. Dungeness crab. I think Dungeness crab is set to double in 2025. I would have always said snow crab was my favorite, taste-wise. Logistically, I like king crab better because like you get more meat for less effort. But I like the taste best of snow crab as far as all the crustaceans go. Dungeness crab though was a sleeper. That came out of nowhere. I wanted to try it. Those look tasty. And I like it better than snow crab. So I'm investing heavy in Dungeness crab for 2025. Let me know in the chat. Out of all the meats, out of everything to offer there, ribeye was better. I think ribeye beats Kanya beats the seafood stuff, but of all the seafoods, of all the seafood boil, the sleeper pick was Dungeness crab for sure. Let me see what people. Dungeness is slept on heavy. It is more expensive though. I don't know how much slept on it is when it's more expensive than snow crab, at least near me. The amount of times that I've been able to get snow crab for $8 a pound lately has been crazy. Snow crab is being slept on too. I guess all crustaceans of the water are being slept on. Best bone-in ribeye I ever had. Don't need any toppings on it either. I love like we're talking very minute differences. We're talking high S tier versus mid and low S tier. We're not talking like S tier, C tier. Sorry, Sebastian. We got people coming in here asking Pokemon questions. I'm talking about food. Give me a couple more minutes with food, and then Sebastian, I will go to your question next. Snow crab equals goat. Dungeness crab is 50 a plate for a reason. See, I got Dungeness crab at like 10, 12 bucks a pound, I want to say. More expensive than snow, but not bad at all. The king crab was like 30 bucks a pound. Still thinking about that Capitol Grill ribeye. Oh, man. Capitol Grill is indeed fantastic. Invest now in Capitol Grill for sure. Nice Shoebox likes to wake up to the smell of crispy bacon. George Foreman for grilling only in bed. Oh, man. Picanha is amazing. Picanha, maybe invest in picanha too, because a lot of people don't know what it is. It's a Brazilian cut. You often can't find it in U.S. supermarkets, at least the ones near me, U.S. butchers. I did not use the Jacquard at all, and everyone was very, very happy with it. I still have the Jacquard here is the problem. I haven't washed it yet, but thank you, chef, for the very deadly weapon of a jacquard. I don't like the thought of people chewing my food for me. I probably won't use it on my steaks still. I'm very happy with my steaks, how they come out. I'll give it a try. I'll do a blind taste test side by side. But yeah. Um, is using Pandora bad? I'm not paying for music. Yeah, I listen to some ads. I use Pandora though. I didn't know if that is that not a thing. Anyways, though, and anyways, let me get to the Pokemon questions. I appreciate everyone bearing with me through whatever that was. I usually save those for 2 hours in. Sebastian, what is a passive way you can make money in the Pokemon hobby while still being active daily, weekly? Buying product to sit in closet is boring, but I don't have the time to put 20-25 hours a week. So yeah, I mean, if you can get boxes, I wouldn't say buy this at 220. I wouldn't say buy this at 200. I wouldn't even say buy this at 150. I generally don't. When these go that high, the only way I buy them, if you have these and you want to sell them to me, I will buy them from you at 70 to 80%, depending on how bad I need them. Right now, I have quite a bit of both, and this one's slowing down a fair bit. This one we haven't been bringing a ton. Stay tuned for my metrics on how many packs by month, by week, whatever, that I've been breaking on the live streams. PK and Pong have been breaking. But I don't buy these, and I wouldn't recommend anyone do it because I don't do it myself. When they're inflated, when they're above wholesale, historical, typical release pricing. So whatever you set your metric at, I set my metric at 95 a box because that's what my distributors sell it to me for. 90 to 95 a box. If I can't get it for that, I don't get it. Otherwise, I get it for 70%, 75%, 80%, depending on how bad I want it. So me personally, I don't advocate for spending more than 80% on your modern sealed. It's hard to do. Not many people can do it, especially booster boxes. I don't get many. I don't get many when I'm offering 70. I get more when I'm offering 80, but I don't get many at all offering 70. And right now I don't want any, so that's why I'm offering 70. But that's what I do personally. I don't speculate in slabs. I don't speculate in singles. So truly the only, like, talk versus walk, what am I actually doing that is passive? It's still not passive, but like more passive. The only thing I do is ultra modern sealed passively. So the best way to answer it for me is to just tell you what I'm doing, not to tell you what you should do. So talk versus walk, that's what my money's actually doing. Ultra modern sealed. Yeah, everyone's limited in money and time. Some people are more limited in money than time. They have the time. Go to your Costco's, flip the product to people that are buying it for pack streams. Go on Graded Edge and buy raw cards to grade for a profit. If you have the time. If you have the money and you don't have the time, modern sealed is a good spot. But I would not advocate for this at this price. I would not advocate for $200 prismatic ETB at release. I generally would not advocate for stuff that I don't buy. That's why I don't buy it. So yeah, we're getting back into Pokemon. A little more. The investing in meat is a joke. I actually have a chest freezer. So when I see $8 snow crab, that stuff will keep in a chest freezer for like a year. I invest heavily. I buy a bunch. I buy 6 months, a year's worth. So I do the best tool you have in your kitchen. My wife actually wants to get it. We're getting. I need to stick with Pokemon. We'll get off Pokemon later. We have 92 watching. We gotta talk Pokemon. Let me scroll back and see if I skipped any questions. But yeah, leave your Pokemon questions in the chat. Anybody hanging out in here for overtime in an hour and a half from now, maybe around midnight Eastern, we can talk more food. We can talk more Jacquards, household appliances, whatever you want to do. Shug Nasty says, even if you're not doing Air Alert anymore, can we still get a video of a dunk attempt? There will be sometime in 2025 a video of a dunk attempt / hopeful completion. I don't want to attempt a dunk right now, even so close after my Air Alert injury. I just don't want to risk re-aggravating it, re-injuring it. That said, it is a new year. My 2020, oh yeah, I forgot another video I have to do it outside of the year. So the 4 videos I talked about were 2025 predictions, 2024 recap. There was a 5th video I forgot to mention. I need to make a 2025 plan. That might have to be a bonus video, not on a Monday at 1 p.m. I don't know when I'm going to do that video. I need to do like, hey, 2025, not just 2025 predictions for what I think the market will do. I could do those videos together, but I'm not sure if I will. I guess I'll have to figure that out. But I also want to do like 2025 plans. One of that will be tying in my personal goal of I started last year, January 1st, 2024. I was 252 pounds. And not only do I set goals and metrics and things for my smart goals for my business, I do have smart goals, Not only do I set smart goals for my Pokemon business, I'm going to set a goal to lose a certain amount of weight. I'm going to set goals relating to personal stuff too. But yeah, I need to do a 2025 business strategy, business plan. I guess I'll kind of cover that in the live streaming recap video. I'll kind of cover that. I guess that one won't be its own video. That will just be covered in the other 4 to some extent. So that one probably doesn't have to be its own video. Anyways, though, show your buy list for packs, please. So yes, here is another update. Let me get this brought up. So I'm gonna bring up right now. I'm going to bring up. Oh no, let me see. I hope my desk isn't showing. Okay. I don't have audio in there. So I'm going to go in. I know my audio will drop for a second. I need to fix my audio in this scene. So you should be able to hear me now, hopefully. I originally did not have audio set up in this scene because I broke everything. But here comes my website, maybe. I don't know where my website is. Here comes my website, maybe. Okay. Yes. So let me get that on the right layer. There we go. So here's my website. I still need to add in some more of the branding and stuff. I still need to update this a little bit. But for right now, there's a new tab. There's a new tab, buy list. And what is on the buy list? So if you want to submit to Fanatics auctions there, if you want to sell me your packs, here's a link to the buy list. You click this. It's updated weekly on Mondays. I forgot to update it this Monday already, this week. The last update was on 12/23 apparently. I'm already failing at that. I'm going live late on my first live stream. It takes a second to populate. So if you go to the website, I'm going to do something to figure out the loading time. I've had multiple people message me already saying, "Hey Dan, your pack offers are not loading quick enough, or they're not loading at all. People are giving up after about 3 seconds." Most pages in 2025 do load quicker than 3 seconds, and I will work on optimizing mine. But yes, I start with the most modern set, and then I end with the oldest one that I'm generally buying. I will probably buy any of them, but I cut it as XY base, I believe is where I cut it. So what this is, and thank you ChatGPT for helping me figure out the coding to do this. This is live Surging Sparks and what its TCG player pricing is, and what my offer is, and what my offer rate is. So most sets I have a lot of right now, and most sets I'm offering 70%. There will come times where I really need stuff. There will come times where I really need 151. I really need Crown Zenith, whatever it may be. If I really need it, I will be paying 75, 80, 85% even. If and when there's something that I really need, it will be right here. It will be right up in here. But yeah, as it stands right now, I'm buying XY to Sun and Moon Era loose packs for 75% because I don't have many, and I'll pay up a little bit more for those. And I'm buying all Sword Shield to Scarlet Violet Era loose packs for 70% because I have thousands of most of them. PSA slabs, miscellaneous sealed product at loose pack value, PSA slabs for 75%, ETB and booster box cases at 75%. But if you scroll down, sometimes they break. So NA does not mean that I'm not buying Twilight Masquerade. NA means that unfortunately my spreadsheet broke. And yes, Grimer, if you're in here, I'm still using import XML. I actually asked ChatGPT what is the best way to pull in a Surging Sparks booster pack price into a live Google Sheet so that I can put it on my website. And ChatGPT told me the import XML code. So I will have to look into the other ones that you talked about. I still have them noted somewhere. The nice thing about it is that this linkage goes to my spreadsheet, which if I change import XML to whatever other method you talked about, I won't have to recreate the link between my website and my sheet. I can just change the back end of my sheet, and all this will still work as far as I understand. So yeah, anytime you want to know, I used to have people that would DM me all the time, like, hey Dan, what are you paying on this? Hey Dan, what are you paying on that? It's all on my website now. So go check it out. Very, very quick and easy. It is now I don't have to send a million DMs. Right now, the only pack that's broken is Twilight Masquerade for whatever reason. But yeah, that is where that lives now. I appreciate you, Binks, for prompting me to answer that question. I forgot to go and check and verify that people could actually hear what I was saying. But okay, good. Looks like people can hear what I'm saying. I did follow through, and I made the short on how to bring import XML, how to bring a TCG player price into a Google Sheet. I will pledge to do a video on how I imported a Google Sheet into a Shopify website. The thing is, I have a Shopify website, so I had to use Custom Liquid, is the programming language that it's called. I had ChatGPT write the programming language for all of what I just showed you. I asked ChatGPT, I said, hey ChatGPT, how's it going? Fellow robot. I have a Google Sheet, and I showed it to it. I said, hey, here's my Google Sheet. And I said, hey, here's my website. Do this. Put them together. Put them together, please. And then it did. It said, go into here, go into there, go into this, do this. Copy, paste, boom, done. A lot of massaging afterwards. It wasn't just perfectly clean and done and over with. But yeah, I'm going to be much more heavily utilizing ChatGPT in the future. I can't wait to do my taxes and have ChatGPT just automate, help streamline a lot of the things that I formerly did very manually. A lot of the deep data dives that I do for the Pokenomics Patreon, a lot of those will be expedited with the use of ChatGPT. I'm excited for that video in February. I'm very excited for that video. To be honest, the what you're asking about here, putting this into... Oh, so you didn't ask about putting it onto a website, but you asked about if I find a better than import XML. I will share that. And then I also will likely, when I make my robot video, I will also talk about how I used it to import my sheet into the website, which is a separate thing. But yeah, let me scroll back up. I skipped a bunch of questions, I think. I'm going to do better. I'm going to try to do better at bouncing between the live chat and the old chat. I know I'm not very great at that at all. But yeah. Let's continue on. So, Pixel Katana prefers carnitas to any seafood. Let's see. Gotta start out 2025 with a meat talk. It is always inevitable. Twilight's still a sleeper. I don't know. As I said, I do not invest in this at market price. I do not invest at this at market price. The only time that I invest in ultra modern sealed Pokemon at the market price, which happens quite a damn bit. The only time I invest in ultra modern sealed Pokemon at market price is when market price is distributor price. Happens more than I would like to admit, happens more than I would like to have happen. Historically speaking, 80% of the 10 years that I've been in the hobby probably, there's been at least a handful of sets, if not more. 80% or more of the time, there's been some sets where my distribution cost is within 10% of what, like, my wholesale distribution cost is within 10% of what the open market, eFootball, Safari Zone, whatever it may be. Even as recently as, Safari Zone pre-sold SV9, I believe, SV9 for $100 a box. That's within 10% of what I pay wholesale. So even right now, it was a couple of months ago, Ponga hit me up that Safari Zone dropped SV9 for $100 a box. That's right in line with that's within 10% of what my wholesale cost is. So I buy at 100% of market only when market is wholesale. When market exceeds wholesale, especially this market right now exceeds wholesale by 50%, I don't buy at that. Some people out here buying at, like, and this is where I've ranted on it so many times. If you're an investor, you're trying to make money. If you're trying to make money, you're a business. If you're a business, you should not be paying sales tax on items intended for resale. So there are some people out here When this set is $220, not only are they not paying 80% of 220 like I am, I'm paying 196 a box instead of 220 or 75%, whatever I'm paying. They're paying 220 plus 10% sales tax. So they're trying to invest at 240. The amount of difficulty, like I'm playing on easy mode when I'm doing it as a business with a wholesaler, all that. When you're doing it on expert mode as a novice, so I don't like calling myself this, but I'm an expert doing things on easy mode, not paying sales tax, buying things at 80%. And then the amount of retail consumers out there, retail investors out there, trying to do it on expert mode as a novice, paying 110% of market, not having the sales platforms that I have to sell through, never having sold anything. It's like the amount of novices out there doing things on expert mode, when they're up against experts doing things on novice mode, you're going to have a bad time generally, honestly. Like, okay, if things double, triple, if things go nuts, you'll still make money in spite of yourself, but you need to fix things. You really need to fix things. Nice shoebox, super chat at $2. I appreciate you very much. I love that the video is working, but I fear that the audio is not working, so I will have to fix that. He's paying to play. Oh God. Pokey question: is sous vide the best way for steak? So we are pay to win here, as most YouTube channels would be. If a super chat comes in, I gotta take it. And I mean, the man wants to talk about meat, so I'm gonna talk about meat. The person wants to talk about meat. I don't know if man or woman. Sorry, but only had 50 characters to fit that message in. I do not sous vide. I'm familiar with what sous vide is. You put steak in a bag. You put it inside of a water vessel with heated water. You bring it slowly to its internal temperature that you want, and then you just sear at the end. Smoking to me. Smoking. I would say smoking for sure. I will throw a nice fat thick ribeye. I buy the whole ribeye and I cut them like 3 inches thick. I cut them thicker than normal, and I do reverse sear. I smoke to internal 125. I take it off. I let it rest for like 10 minutes. And then maybe a little bit of beef tallow in there if you want to get cheeky. Maybe a little bit of bacon grease if you want to get cheeky. Let it rest in there. And then sear it on the Weber, a minute each side, less than a minute each side, depending on how ripping you got your Weber going. And then you're done. You're done without significantly bringing... Like, if you take your stuff off the smoker at 125, it'll probably drift to 130ish, where I want to be. So that's my strategy. That's my strategy. Did any audio come through when that super chat went, or did nobody notice? Let me know, and I apologize having to try to troubleshoot this live. I did do some testing, and the testing went well in Stream Elements, and then everything fell apart in OBS. The Big Potato says, Rant, non-question, I love rants. I love this market and all, and everyone making money, but I can't wait to not have to fight for pre-orders anymore. Also, surging hitting $250 a box already is crazy. Is surging $250? Holy crap. I think I've said 220 like 5 times already. Let me look up. And maybe it's 250 at one site. Right now it's 238 on TCG Player. But like, yeah, low list is 250 it looks like. So I made a short 6 months ago ish that I said sometime in the next year I think there will be a Scarlet Violet set box for 300. I'm going to have to throw that in my 2024 prediction recap. I'm going to have to look up the 300 SV box short. It hasn't happened yet. 250 is not 300, and maybe it won't get there, but I've been perpetually short selling Pokemon. Not short, that's the wrong terminology. That's actually, short selling is actually an instrument you can use in stocks to like bet on the prices going down. But I've been under forecasting where boxes would go over time, like perpetually. If you would ask me 10 years ago where those first XY Phantom Forces booster boxes I bought were gonna be in a year, I might have been right. In a year after I entered the hobby, they were pretty flat, maybe even slightly down. If you'd ask me where they were gonna be in 5 years, 10 years, I'd have been horribly wrong. If you asked me 3 weeks ago where surging was gonna be, I would have been wrong. If you asked me 2 years ago where evolving was going to be today. I would have constantly been wrong to the downside. I would have been too low. That's what I mean by not actually short selling the Pokemon hobby. But that's why I made that short. I made that short because let me just guess that something's going to go to 300 a box, because maybe that will happen. Like I've just been eternally wrong in so many ways. But it's funny because, like, it's not like I think this stuff's gonna go down. It's not that I think this stuff is gonna go to zero, go down. It's not that I'm that bearish. Like I'm investing in this stuff to the tune of multiple six figures. I just am constantly surprised with exactly how fast it goes, further than I expected. At some point that will change. At some point I will make a prediction that is too bearish or too bullish. My predictions have always been too bearish, but still very good. Like, my prediction for most boxes is like they will only double within like 5 years. That's crazy. Like if a $100 box goes to 200 in 5 years, that's really good returns. When you take into account that it's not really tax advantaged, all the fees, yada yada yada, storage, it is reasonable in my opinion. But the fact that like everything is significantly more than doubling in 5 years, at least recently, at least historically, it's so wild. It is so wild. Jeff says, why not sell all your steel that you set aside to grow your business? Wouldn't you make more turning and burning? I'm one man. And I have a limit. I have limits on how much money I can handle, how much product I can pass through my product, my business, my outlets in one go. I am in a good spot in that I have more money than time in a lot of ways. Well, like truly, if I liquidated everything and just had a big pile of money, that's more money than I could realistically spend and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. I can't turn that much money every month. I cannot turn 7 figures a month. So the answer why I keep some passive is because I have too much to handle active. Back when I started 10 years ago, $5,000. You can turn 5,000 a month. I'm turning right now a couple 100,000 a month, but I can't turn 1 million a month. I can't turn multi-million a month. So that is why I don't sell everything. And I've been rewarded very well. I like my Sword and Shield era product that I have. I can't believe that Fusion Strike is, I'm going to double check before I say it because I can't even believe as I'm about to say it. Yeah, I did not dream. Fusion Strike is low list right now. The buy box is $450. Low list is $450 on Fusion Strike. 3 months ago, it was $210. How much Fusion Strike do I have? I don't have much Fusion Strike. I might have. I need to re-audit my. I did do an inventory recently. Where did I put it? Case inventory. So Fusion Strike, I only have 3 cases of Fusion Strike. That's so much money now relative to what it was. It's crazy. Yeah, what did I have? I had 4 cases. So I sold 1 case, I must have sold 1 case through Fanatics to get the ball rolling there with my consignments. On April 8th, 2024, I had 4 cases of Fusion, and now I only have 3. But like, I'm not gonna add another one anytime soon, probably, unless someone wants to sell it for 70%, but they probably don't. It's so crazy that that box has doubled in 3 months. Blows my mind. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a rocket ship. I'm not in my office anymore. Before I went live, I wanted to just get rid of this whole office. I wanted to make it outer space. I wanted to put me in a little astronaut helmet. I wanted to do some stuff. I had some creativity flowing there, and I didn't have time to do it. Maybe when I do my, I'm going to do spoilers, I guess. When I do my 2025 market predictions, astronaut helmet, outer space, rocket ship. I need to dust off this stream deck. I need to get a button that I can press and a rocket ship will go across the page. I'm going to have some more fun. I'm going to have some more fun in 2025 with my stream deck, with my my overlaid subscriber, super chats, all that stuff. I'm excited for 2025. How do you make money in going to Costco and selling to pack rippers? Aren't everyone just buying what it's selling for in the stores? So I going back to my buy list, I probably won't put it on screen, but I am buying let's see what I'm buying Crown Zenith. I'm buying Crown Zenith at 330. There's not a whole lot of margin to go buy the Sea and Sky boxes and sell to me for 330, admittedly. I just have many thousands of packs of Crown Zenith, so I don't need that many more right now. In hindsight, in a year, I'll probably regret not having bought more than I did. But 151. 151 you can buy right now for 628. I don't remember. Someone in chat can let me know, let us know. When the 151 mini tins, when the 151 poster collections, when all those went to Costco, what was the per pack pricing on those? The per pack pricing on those is, I want to say, was like $3-4 a pack. So if you can buy 1,000 packs in Costco in one day, and some people have pallets wise, if you can buy 1,000 packs at $4 a pack in a couple hours, take them home, spend a couple more hours breaking it down, and then you can sell to me for $6.28 a pack. And $6.28 a pack is what I'm paying now. A month ago I was paying $7.50. So if you can make, I mean, keep 25 cents a pack to ship it, which is way overselling what it would cost. I ship packs to Ponga and PK for about 4 cents a pack. I ship a couple thousand packs at a time. And like you can make $2,000-$3,000 in an afternoon going to Costco and breaking down the right product. That's if it's 151. It's not nearly as lucrative if it's Crown Zenith, but that's just an illustrative example of some of the opportunities that are out there. If you can buy Prismatic, Target.com, Pokemon Center, wherever, Walmart, Best Buy, wherever that sells it for retail, if you can buy Prismatic, let me look up a Prismatic ETB right now. And it might come down after release, but it might go up after release. I might have to make a wild, wacky Prismatic Evolution prediction in my video on Monday. That might be a $200, $300 ETB. I'm not trying to induce FOMO. I am not going to directly sell any of my ETBs. I'm not going to directly sell any of my packs. They're only going to be sold through my live stream. But as of right now, pre-sale of Prismatic ETBs is 128 in ETB. As crazy as this market is, there's a reality where Pokemon drops the print run, increases the print run, drops a metric tons, megatons of product. It could be a $50 ETB by summer. But it could also be a $250, $300 ETB by summer. I don't know which one's going to happen. All I know is I'm going to be selling thousands of packs of it through Fanatics. So I'm going to be buying and selling a bunch. I'm not going to be necessarily investing long term in a ton of it, but I'm going to be carrying thousands of packs of Prismatic. Hopefully I won't be carrying too many if and when the price drops dramatically. But yeah, that's what I go. That's how I go about it. How's it going, Boondock? Nice to see you. The best arbitrage is $6 a pound Christmas rib roast. The one thing I forgot to do, I forgot to charge everyone last night. Everyone came for dinner. I forgot to collect a $50 cover fee. And crazy thing, like if you went to a restaurant, what I offered in the buffet, that was a $100 buffet, easy. That was a $100+ buffet. I could have grossed $1,100. Well, say charge half for kids. I could have grossed $900-ish. I could have netted $700 in a few hours of work doing my buffet I did last night for New Year's Eve. But I forgot to collect money at the door, so I lost money. Tax write-off, I guess. The only thing I hate about current market is the only limit on making money is how much you have to put in. Not at all. I don't think that's true at all. If you you can grind the bulk game. You can you got to be careful with it. But interest-free loans from credit cards. If you are literally, this is where let me show the buckets. I had this conversation with people in voice chat before. Some people think that what this means is don't ever buy Pokemon on a credit card. That could not be more wrong. So much of the Pokemon I buy is bought on a credit card. When I buy this from my distributor, I buy it on a credit card. I pay it off within 30 to 45 days so that I don't pay interest. When I buy on eBay, I buy on a credit card. When I buy it, if I ever bought Walmart, Costco, Target, I would buy on a credit card and I would pay them off. So some people think that Dan says never buy anything on a credit card. No, never carry a credit card balance. So you'd have to be careful with this. But if you can literally go to your Costco, I had this conversation a few weeks ago in office hours. If you can go to a Costco and you can buy 151 for $4 a pack, go to catchemallcollectibles.com/pages/buy list. Oh, Dan's buying 151 for $6.28. If you're nervous, message me. Angel just subscribed. Appreciate you. If you're nervous, message me. Say, hey, Dan, I'm at Costco. I have a credit card. I don't have the money to pay off my credit card. Can you guarantee me right now that you will buy from me 1,000 packs of 151? If someone messaged me right now, Discord or Instagram are the two best places. Message me and say, hey, Dan, I'm a little worried because I don't have the money to pay off my credit card. I've actually gotten this message before. And I mean, you got to trust me for my word. I will guarantee you that if you lock it in right now, I will buy those 1,000 packs from you for $6,280. Have them in the mail as soon as possible. Ideally, especially for my benefit, for your benefit especially, get them in the mail the next day. Get them in the mail the next day, the day that they hit my P.O. box. I will pay in full, Zelle, ACH, crypto, whatever you want to be paid with. The big caveat there, if people send to my P.O. box, it is insured if you put signature on it. Insurance payouts could be a long process. So there is a small, I don't know how small, like there's some amount of a failure option that it could be a while waiting for an insurance payout if that thing got lost on the way. That would be the worst case scenario. So an investor, a speculator, whatever you are, if you're doing business, always know your risks. But I'm one person. I'm one guy. I'm paying $628 for 151 pack. You might have a local store to you. You might have an LGS that's been sold out of 151 for a month that can't find it anywhere. If you take 1,000 packs to them, they might pay $650 a pack cash. They might pay $6 a pack cash. I'm paying $628, but there's risk. This guy's paying $6 a pack cash. You make $2,000 for no risk. Maybe you get robbed on the way. Like, there's always some amount of risk. You put it all on your credit card and then you get robbed on the way home and then you lose all the money and you can't pay off your credit card. Even if you're sending to me, that risk is there. So like, this is disclaimer Dan bringing out all the crazy caveats. But I hope people understand the idea behind what I'm saying. I hope people understand what I'm saying. Let me scroll down for the live chat for a second because I think it's gonna be funny. Oh, that was not dry. That was oh man, come on. Do you just buy near mint singles off TCG Player for graded edge plays? Mostly, but I'm always buying stuff for the streams at 70, 75, 80% depending on what it is. A lot of times what I'm buying is already sifted. A lot of times what I'm buying is already, like, I'm buying from people who grade. I'm buying their grading misses at 70%. So if I know I'm buying grading misses, I don't bother pre-grading. But a lot of times I can buy a collection at 70, 75%. And then, hey, I can scoop out these 10 cards to grade. And I do that. The more money you have to put in, the more you can make. That's just a fact, my guy. That's true for investing in anything. Yeah, the more you can make, the more you can lose. Yes, the more capital you put at risk. But let me go back to your statement as it was written, because I didn't agree with it entirely. The only thing I hate about current market is the only limit on making money is how much you have to put in. No, that is not the only. Time, too. Some people have all the money to put in, but they don't have the time to do it. So they can't make that much, like, they can't arbitrage, they can't do all the other plays. So it's money and time. If you have neither, you're in a rough spot. But if you have credit, but you don't have money, the risk is higher. But like, you could theoretically go buy a bunch of product and sell it to your LGS for cash. Like, there's ways to leverage increasing the risk, but increasing the reward too. And when you literally, when you, this is so rare. Like, think how crazy of a market we're in. When Prismatic comes out, you can go to a store, buy a product at full retail plus tax, and you can instantly sell it to somebody, me, many other people, and you can just instantly make free money. Free money for doing nothing. Free money for just retail arbitrage, buying from a store at market, and then, buying from the store at MSRP, market significantly exceeds MSRP, and you just instantly guaranteed make money. It's mind-blowing. This is not the norm. This should not be the case. This is usually not the case. This will not be the case forever. So while it's here, you don't even need money. You just need a little bit of credit. And then a week later, when it lands at somebody's P.O. box, boom, you're paid. Or later that afternoon, you go to your LGS, deposit the money, like infinite money glitch. If your Costco has infinite stock, it's crazy. Richard says, Pokemon 2025 going to be lit. I see new collectors coming into the hobby every day. There's merch. It should be under. Everyone watches on something different. I watch all my YouTube on I watch all my YouTube on desktop. So under me on desktop, there should be like a little banner, and there should be. I don't think I have hats back in there yet. There's only a shirt and a hoodie. I think I need to fill that out more. But yeah, let me. Hold on. Ryan Bailey says I just bought 218 late SS and SV booster boxes yesterday, adding to the pallet. There we go. Ryan's got a pallet going. Love to hear it. Thoughts on Evolving Skies pack price already recovering from the Black Friday Walmart tins dip. I bought hundreds. I didn't buy 1,000 packs of Evolving, but I bought many hundreds. And they're not all sold yet. I bought hundreds all at once, and I'll bleed them out to live streams as time goes on. Yeah, 3 months ago they were at $14.75. Now they're at $18.75, nearly $20 a pack. So Moonbreon's over $2,000. So yeah, people are chasing, people are gambling. They're moving in live streams. No audio with the alerts. Yeah, I will work on fixing that. I apologize. I do medium rare. If it's a really fatty cut, I understand the idea behind you should go a little bit more towards medium, a medium rare. If it's a leaner cut, you don't need to like render the fat as much, but my steak is medium rare generally. I used to say the redder the better. I've never like sent anything back for being too rare, and I've had things that are pretty rare. Walk it through a warm room and it's ready. I like a really good sear on both sides. Can you get a reseller license even if you're holding for years before you sell? Yes, if you like consult with your local county building, consult with your local small business administration, whatever, whoever the right people are in your county, in your state, everything can vary. But yes, there should be a way to do that. You will likely have to be accrual basis. So if you are, I've had this question multiple times actually. So the way that it would likely work, mechanically, this is my understanding, consult with a CPA, consult with an expert. I'm not doing this. So I'm not 100% sure this is the case. But say year one, you put in 100 grand, don't sell anything. You started the year with zero inventory, zero expenses. You spent 100 grand throughout the year, but you have 100 grand in inventory. So your cost of goods sold is zero. Your goods sold is zero. You've just created an inventory of $100,000. So you track that as it's your cost basis, but you sold nothing, so it doesn't matter. Year two, you buy 100 grand, you don't sell anything. Now you have a $200,000 inventory, but you have nothing to write it off against. Your accrual, you would probably by necessity have to be accrual if you never sell for the first several years. Year 3 through 10, you only buy 100 grand a year, you don't sell anything. Now year 11, you stop buying, you retire because you're a Poke multi-deca millionaire. And for 10 years, you sell $1 million each in Pokemon because all your stuff 10x. So you buy something year 0, and year 11, it's 10x. And then same thing for year 1, year 12, year 2, and so on. So in year 11, you would now sell $1 million worth of stuff, and your cost basis was 100 grand from year 0. So effectively, you profited 900,000. So the way that it would work is you sold $1 million net. I'm talking net numbers after all fees, everything, because your stuff actually like 11x to cover fees. You sell $1 million in year 11. Now your inventory. Thank you, Funky Mellow, for subscribing. Appreciate you. Now your inventory in year 11. It was start of the year. It was $1 million. 10 years times 100,000 a year. Year 11, you sell $1 million worth of stuff. It was all the stuff you bought in year 0, year 1. Your original cost basis was 100,000. So now your inventory on hand has a valuation at purchase price of $900,000. You sold $1 million minus 100,000, you netted 900,000. So year 11, you sell 1/10 of your inventory from year 1, and you profited $900,000. You pay your taxes on all your gains, write off all your expenses, whatever. And then year 12, you do the same thing. You sell your next $1 million. It's another $100,000 off your inventory, another $100,000 into your cost of goods sold, and you profited $900,000 again. But like that's how it works. You would not be able to do cash basis, as far as I understand. You could not do cash basis, lose 100,000, lose 100,000, lose 100,000 for 10 years. you would have to do accrual basis, and you would only be able to write it off when sold. That is my understanding. Your mileage may vary. Maybe I'm thinking too small. Maybe you can do. I've had people ask me like, "Hey, I've literally had this consult before. I make 300 grand a year. I want to put 50 grand a year into Pokemon and never sell any of it, or at least not anytime soon. Can I just take profits that I would normally pay 40% income taxes on and buy product with it instead?" As far as I understand, no. As far as I understand, you would buy the inventory. That would become your basis for when you future sell it. You cannot be cash basis, lose money for 10 years times minus $100,000 a year to offset your $300,000 lawyer salary, a doctor salary, surgeon, whatever it is. That is my understanding. So I'm quite confident in that. I'm 90% confident. That's not 100% confident. So take that for what it's worth. Take it for what you paid for it. New here, but boy, does this guy sound arrogant AF. Nice to see you back in here, Mr. Walrus. Z&G Emporium, lowest consignment rates. Quite the mouthful for the name there. Can't turn $1 million a month. Sounds like it's time for a salaried employee. We are indeed booming still. So no salaried employees. As of right now, I have 2 independent contractors, and I will likely have more in the future. Fusion Strike will be the second highest booster box of Sword and Shield. Could definitely be. Is the stock market going to crash in the morning? I do not believe so, but maybe it will. I have no idea. It's down 0.4%. Warren Buffett tells people to buy an S&P 500 index fund. Yeah. Every day, it's so funny. I don't get lost in the noise. Every day, you can read why the stock market went up 0.5%, why it went down 0.5%, why it went this, that, and the other thing. It's all noise. Like, some of those are truths, but overall, no one knows day by day where it's going to go. Long term, 10, 20, 30 years, I have a pretty good idea that humanity will advance, that the economies will grow, like all that stuff. But day by day, nobody knows. Wynonna says Fusion Strike is an awful set. What's your feeling on Lorcana longer term? No idea. I don't do anything with Lorcana. I love Disney. I really liked all the movies growing up. My kids are into Disney. We saw Moana 2. Not as good as Moana 1, but like Encanto, all these different. My daughter loves Frozen. All these different movies, like very nostalgic for me, very much ingrained in my daily life. Disney for sure, but I just don't feel Lorcana. MC preferred Fusion over Chilling. Let's see. Fusion Strike is easily the second best set of Sword and Shield, not counting special sets like Crown Zenith was an obvious investment. How many did you have? If I knew it was going to double in 3 months, I would have had multi 6 figures into it. Unfortunately, I did not know that was going to happen, so I only had 3 cases. Company dinner. Where are we at? I think I'm almost caught up with chat, actually. I miss when Dan's lives weren't just a 3-hour buy list. Bring back old Dan. That Nat incident changed you. I found 21 at a Walmart. Once tried a steak. Cooked blue rare at Mastro's in Chicago. Most delicious steak I've eaten in my entire life. Gonna be gnawing on a cow in a farmer's field someday. Rudy said it feels like 99 2000. I agree. What are your thoughts? How are you adjusting your business with more packs ever being open with ribbon shippers? So I'm adjusting my business by a few weeks ago. I made that video selling off my last pieces of my former collection. I sold off my Trophy Pikachu. I sold off my Art Academies. I raised about 60. I don't remember exactly what they went for. 70,000, 75, about $75,000 that I'm just adding into my capital that I'm going to be flowing in and flowing through packs. I won't spoil everything, but I am forecasting that me and my live streamers will require 100,000 packs in 2025. That could be a small number. Like that could be very conservative if I add 3 or 4 streamers. Like if I add a third or a fourth streamer. If I end up with 4, 5, 6 streamers at the end of 2025, we might rip 200,000 packs. It's mind blowing. That's at current rates. That's with 3-4 streamers maybe. That's if I add a second selling platform. Maybe the market cools off a ton. Maybe things change a lot. But I still feel like the market could cool a lot. I still feel amazing buying Silver Tempest loose packs at 289. I still feel amazing buying loose Crown Zenith at 330. Because biggest thing, it's my money. It's my money. It's not on leverage. And if I have to, I could slow bleed these out over a decade. If I had to. If things went really dark, if things turned really rough, I'm pretty confident that most people will go away and there'll still be a demand for a streamer selling packs at a buck a pack above market, 50 cents to a buck a pack above market, making kind of a show. I worry a little bit, and I'm not speaking towards PK or Ponga. I'm speaking towards just theoretical live streamers in demand in general. I worry a little bit that it might be hard, especially if I get to where I have 4, 6, 8 streamers. Almost would definitely have to consolidate. The amount of streamers who are willing to work today in a boom for what I'm paying them is likely significantly higher than the amount of streamers that would want to work for what I could pay them in 3 years if the market goes down a bunch and pack prices go down a bunch. And instead of paying X an hour, I'm paying X over 2 an hour or only 70% of X or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's one thing, paying a flat hourly rate. There's a little bit of a risk of people getting used to like, oh, well, I make this much and I'm always going to make this much. And the hedonic treadmill, hedonic adaptation, keeping up with the Joneses. There's a little bit of a risk that if people stream for 2 years at this amount and then things recoil and they have to make less, they might not like that. They might not be able to afford that. That's one risk that I will never make myself prone to is lifestyle inflation. Thankfully, me spending double the amount of money I spend in a year is not going to make me twice as happy. There's all those studies out there. Once you have a baseline level of income, each additional adds its marginal utility. Each one adds marginal, if any, happiness to it at all. And we're exceeding that. So thankfully, we're in that spot. Got the sugar mama making the teacher's salary. So yeah, I won't be as happy. I'm quite sure. But I could make a quarter of what I'm making right now. And I would likely still be happy to be here. Maybe not quite as happy. It would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be an adjustment, but most people can't do that at all. Most people, if you take away 20% of what they make, they're insolvent. You could take away 70% of what I'm making right now, and I would not be near insolvency. You could, I mean, with the sugar mama, you can nearly take away 100%. We just have to cut some costs, and I wouldn't be insolvent. So, hopefully it's never the case. Not anytime soon. But hopefully I don't have to give a 75% pay cut, as I believe both Ponga and PK would leave. If I had to give a 50% pay cut, they might both leave. If I had to give a 10, 20% pay cut, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers would be. Hopefully we don't have to figure that out. Hopefully what I intend to do, and I'll get into this way more in depth in my my third video this year in January when I do the 90-day live stream recap. Hopefully what my intent has always been is to start out at a high hourly to guarantee them like, hey, Ponga and PK, I'm serious. I'm going to pay you this much money per stream hour. And then I get to where like, okay, we're going to change it now. I'm going to target that same number, but I'm going to base this much as a flat, instead of this much as a flat thing. It's going to be this much flat guaranteed, but then it's going to be a percentage. And some days you're going to make a little less. Some days you're going to make a little bit more. Some days you might make a lot more. But if the market goes down, that percentage will likely go down. The flat will be a lot smaller. If the market goes down a ton, you're going to likely make less because I'm going to make less. Like paying a flat fee was never the long-term plan. It was never like a long-term sustainable thing. But yeah, if and when the market grows, I hope I can pay them double what I'm paying them right now. There are streamers out there who are paying and making double what I'm paying my guys right now. Not many of them, but there's probably some of them. Yeah. So that's a lot of ranting and commentary on whatever the question was. But yeah, I'm adjusting my business so more packs than ever are being opened. So I'm buying more packs than I've ever bought. I'm investing by the pallet in modern sealed. So one thing that helps, So I'm helping myself. So I'm buying and setting aside a pallet of product, and then I'm helping that pallet of product by ripping all this other product. Part of the reason that I started the live streaming business is because historically speaking, these boxes are $100 and you can't sell them and make money. But if you sell them through a streamer for $130 by the pack, you can make money. So the main reason I started live streaming was to sell the boxes. Like, I don't need help selling this. I don't need Ponga and PK to stream this. It works better. It works just as well or better. But the main reason I have the live streaming going on is to help move more of it, and then to help move it if and when things ever go down, like when I couldn't historically move it. So, and yeah, the nice thing though, one nice thing I like about investing in sealed product while simultaneously ripping it like a madman, if I'm investing, so on a pallet, that I don't know how many packs I had on that pallet. That's actually a good metric to look into. But that pallet, we put about 50 grand into it. Say it's $3 a pack. There's probably about 15,000 packs on that pallet. So one pallet, 15,000 packs. If and when in 2030, the Pokemon business is still going, this is how crazy it is. I just said we're gonna rip about 100,000 packs in 2025. In 2024, I only invested and socked away 15,000 packs. I socked away a couple months worth of demand. I socked like 50 grand, but it was only a couple months worth of demand. So, but me ripping 100,000 packs a year between now and then, maybe 200,000 packs, that's helping make my product become more scarce. And then I have the outlet built in. Like, I could literally just take the pallet back, unbox it, send it to PK and Ponga, and that's their inventory for the next month, and then it's gone. So yeah, I want to be integrated to where I can feed myself inventory, basically, at a higher price, hopefully, down the line. That's the idea. Silverhawk says, day one listener, thanks for all your great advice. I appreciate you. Mr. Walrus says, if I want to stream for you, do I have to apply or can I just start? I want to avoid hitting you with you know who I am line. So I've mentioned it before. Very likely, like exceedingly likely, 98% chance, whoever I have come on as the third streamer, I've already talked to. That said, don't let that prevent you from reaching out. There's a chance I could have a fourth, fifth, sixth streamer someday. There's a chance that I might bring on a third streamer and it doesn't end up working out. There's a chance, and I hope it's not the case, but like there's a chance PK or Ponga someday, personal lives, maybe they get a big promotion at the job that triples their salary, but they have to like take it more seriously and they can't be streaming a couple nights a week, 5 nights a week. These things could happen. So having more people in the pool of potential streamers, like I want to have backup plans. When Troll and Toad Evo went away, I was glad I had eBay ready to go and backup plans. That's kind of a I was Nick's backup plan for Pokeflips. Good thing I was there, right? Good thing he had Dan. Good thing he had option 27 or whatever option I was for Pokeflips. But yeah, not like I'm gonna string anyone along or anything. But if you want to have the conversation, if you want to put your hat into the ring, the way that I do my live streaming, the way that I have my employees, not employees, independent contractors set up, is that I send them tons of inventory. The level of trust that has to be there, it has to be someone, it almost has to be someone I met in person. It has to be someone that would like open up their home. I've been to Ponga's house before. I'm going to PK's house sometime soon. It needs to be someone that like I know to a level that I will have them stay at my house around my family. They will have me stay at their house around their family. It needs to be someone I know and trust that well. So it's not going to be someone 2 months from now who I don't even know. Like if I had a home base operation, if I was like Master Set Games and I had an office and I had people come there, you still need a lot of trust. You need to trust that the people aren't going to scam you, steal from you. But it's way easier to do that stuff when they're not on site, right? So it's a different level. It's a deeper level of trust for sure. PokeMT says, any advice for raw grade sell in this market environment? I may or may not be going to the front row show this weekend and the market is great, but does make me nervous too. Do it all quickly. It's crazy. Oh no. I have way too many tabs open. My live chat just crashed. Looks like my OBS was not affected. So thankfully, I need to close 1 million tabs. Sorry, just closing tabs. So yeah, I had like 50 tabs open. My Google Chrome crashed. but I am back. Let me find your comment again, PokeMT. So yeah, any advice for raw grade sell in this environment? It's so hard because it's like certain things raw grade and then don't sell. Like if I could go back and talk to Dan a month ago, don't sell all your grading misses for 20% profit. Don't sell all your PSA 10s from your first batch for double your money. More than double my money. 4x my money. Like don't sell. I actually pre-sold a bunch of PSA 9s before I even have them back. The amount of people that I have reaching out to me trying to pre-buy my next 100 PSA 10s, trying to pre-buy my next 20 PSA 9s. It is astounding. It blows my mind. It's like I talked to John and I'm like, we're making tons of money, but will it continue to go up? My route that I'm going, I'm trying to not get overly greedy. I'm just taking the profit. I'm taking the profit, locking it in, and the card might just double and double and double. And it's like, it's got to stop someday, but it hasn't stopped yet. So I genuinely don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Base it more on your cash flow. Base it more on things that you know and control. So one thing I'll always say, base things on what you know and control to be true. Don't base it on theoreticals as much. Base it to some extent if you want to on potential price appreciation, but don't have that be the main metric. Don't have what might happen be the main metric. Have what you know. If you have $5,000 worth of this card and you have $5,000 that you're carrying on a credit card that you're going to get hit with 30% interest on in 2 weeks, sell, pay off the credit card. Don't pay 30% interest on your credit card. If you have everything paid for and you don't have any buys that you're looking to make, like if tying up this capital, tying up whatever capital you have, if you're not starving for that cash flow anywhere else, it's more reasonable to sit on it. So sell at a rate that's reasonable to you, guided by your buckets, your financial order of operations. Sell based on things, relevant to you, and don't worry so much about like, oh, what might this price do? What might that price do? Because as quick as they go up, often quicker than they go up. Well, one thing in stocks and traditional assets that they'll say, stairs up, elevator down. So if you're looking at a stock chart with the candlesticks, green short little steps. Which way am I going? Green short little steps up, and then one big red bar down. That's often how things go. So stairs up, elevator down. You do not want to be on that elevator. You do not want to be on that elevator with pallets and pallets of inventory that are on credit, that are leveraged, anything like that. Only ripping 300 packs a day, rookie numbers. Yeah, when you put it that way, like 300 packs a day, that is so wild. That is so nuts. 100,000 packs a year. It's the same number, but well, roughly. So wild. 300 packs a day. 300, and there's so much room for that to go up. That makes me such a small fish in the grand scheme of live streaming. It's wild. How are you tracking packs? I made a cool spreadsheet. You shared with me your spreadsheet before, so I'm gonna have to share with you my spreadsheet too. I have a master spreadsheet that I dump all the CSV reports from Fanatics in. So I think that thing's like 8,000 rows now. Someday it'll surely be. I'll probably start a new one for 2025. So I'll do separate ones by year. But it'll be 50,000 rows next year probably, by the time we have a whole year in there. And I just have a summary page that has a formula to just compile all the sales. And ChatGPT helped me on that formula. Oh no, I'm on Top Chat. I need to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, where'd I go? Yeah, I it's not fully done yet, but when it's fully done, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. I can share that with you. I will share it with wider YouTube at some point. I will share it likely with the paywall more in depth as I usually do. But you share stuff with me, I'm gonna share stuff back with you. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Walrus has already showed me his, so I gotta show him mine. Literally just dump the CSV, and then it will pull out. Like we sell 36 pack lots of Surging Sparks. We sell 9-pack lots of Surging Sparks. We sell 4-pack lots of Surging Sparks sometimes. It'll just pull all those out and it'll do the math. 4 times number of 4-pack lots, 9 times number of 9-pack lots. And then you can do it by month, you can do it by year, you can do it by whatever, you can plot it all out by week. It's not finalized, but it's really cool. Pretty interesting to hear your appreciation for Disney. Yeah, it just doesn't translate to cards for whatever reason. I guess because I never experienced the cards back then. Not that there weren't cards back then, because there were. Impel Disney or whatever from like 93, early 90s. Imagine the tears in your household if you take a pay cut and your son can't have those daily crab legs. I do keep them in stock. We eat them once a month, maybe once a month. But boiling, way better than baking or grilling, or I've even smoked crab legs before. Boiling is the best method. Keeps them moist, evenly heats them throughout. Shockingly, it doesn't flood them out. It doesn't drench them. It doesn't make them soggy. I was very skeptical of the whole seafood boil thing, thinking everything would be soggy, mushy. But when you do it right, man, infusing all the flavors into the crab meat, so good. Heats it way quicker, heats it way more evenly. Amazing stuff. Yes, highly recommend. In 2025, in 2024, every year since 2015, when I locked mine in, eternally bullish on Sugar Mamas. I am celebrating the 10-year anniversary with my Sugar Mama this year, so I'm very excited for that. I don't know exactly. I would Google. So I would Google fourth wall. Fourth wall merch, does it shrink? I genuinely don't know. I think I got 2XL for mine. Yeah, they all vary. They all vary so much. I unfortunately don't have a good answer for you there. I don't know. I'm babbling and not answering at all because I don't have the answer. What are the buy rates for loose packs? So I just showed my website earlier. At the risk of opening too many tabs and shutting down the live stream chat again, I'm gonna go for it. But yeah, let me go here on my website. So catchemallcollectibles.com/pages/buy list. It shows you live to the second what I'm paying on packs. Don't just blindly send to me. Shoot me an email. Send me a quantity of what you have. Let me know what's coming so we can lock it in. Oh, Twilight Masquerade got fixed since last time. So that was broken earlier. If you have Twilight Masquerade, I'm paying $281 right now. So I intentionally lower my buy list. I had some people reach out to me like, "Oh man, Dan, I want to sell to you, but 70 is too low." I understand that and I appreciate that, but I got buried at 80%. I spent over $100,000 in loose packs in a week. I got buried at 80%. 70% is likely too low. I have not bought enough in the past 2 weeks relative to what we sold in the past 2 weeks. That was by design though. That was by design for two things. A little bit of cash flow, like spending 100,000 in a week was a lot. So part of it was cash flow, waiting for the trophy sale, Art Academy sale stuff to come in. Another part of it, though, was waiting for the inventory. I have Ponga and PK getting me inventories. One thing I'm going to do with the inventories they provide to me, every time I send them 1,000 more Surging Sparks, I'm going to add 1,000 on my side. Every time I pull a report for the last week worth of streaming and we sold 1,000 packs of Surging Sparks, I'm going to be able to automate how much they have on hand at any time. And I'm going to know, like, oh, PK is down to approximately 500 packs. Let me send him another 1,000. Let me send him another. And oh, PK only has 500 packs of this, but he's sold 50 in the past 6 months. He doesn't need more. He's got 5 years worth at current pace. So I'm really excited for the spreadsheet that I'm generating, the insight that it will give me. There's my picture-in-picture. I went back from my website to the watching the chat. So let me go back here so I don't show you double Dan. But yeah, buy rates for loose packs will be eternally on my website now. I'm very excited to have that. I used to have to screenshot and post it in DMs multiple times a week. It was annoying for me. It was annoying for them. But having that automated on the website's amazing. I expect my general buy rate, certain ones, like right now, Scarlet Violet base, I have over 4,000 packs of Scarlet Violet base. I'm not going to pull it up on screen, but I did a summary for my Patreon. I did a summary for the Patreon in this past Sunday. What did I call it? I called it. Ugh, my drive is such a mess. Let me find it. I don't know what I called it. I have entirely too many files. Did I put it in? Yes, so here it is. So this is actually hilarious. I'm not going to give you all the juice. I'm not going to give you everything. Stay tuned. Either subscribe to the Patreon and go watch last Sunday's video, or wait 3 weeks until the video comes out where I'll give you not all the same data, but a lot of it. In the past 3 months, I'll just pick one set. I'll pick one set. In the past 3 months, we sold 81 packs of Astral Radiance. I probably have 1,500 packs of Astral Radiance. That's 5 years worth. That's nearly 5 years worth. So there's a solid chance I'm only going to be paying 70% on Astral Radiance. There's a solid chance I'm only going to be paying 70% or less. I might not be buying Shrouded Fable. I probably have 3,000 packs of Shrouded Fable. We sold 9 packs of Shrouded Fable. Maybe I missed some in this data scrape. I'm improving my data scrape in the future. 9 packs, that's 36 packs a year. We have a century's worth of Shrouded Fable at current live stream rates. So I will always pay less for what I have more of. I will always pay more for what I have less of. That will never change. That will always be the case. But many packs should be 75%, I think. Many packs should be 75. A lot of them will be 70 though, ones that I have way too many of. And then occasionally, like when Prismatic comes out, I expect 2 weeks after Prismatic release to be paying 80 to 85% of market to make sure that my guys don't run out. I do not want to run out of Prismatic ever, at least not anytime soon. I don't want to run out of Surging, but I think Surging is going to slow down a bunch as Prismatic hype comes up. So like it's a lot of people ask like, hey, you used to be an engineer. That was a lot more mentally taxing. That was a lot more like engaging, wasn't it? If you get into the nitty gritty, if you get really into the nuance, if you try to like optimize everything and create spreadsheets and create reports, I'm creating some more thorough reporting on, I'm potentially going to be creating some more thorough reporting and tracking for my booster pack inventory levels than I ever did maintaining the inventory levels and levels of like some of our various raw materials at my former company. It's pretty wild. Silverhawk says, do you intend on allocating any additional capital to your long-term holds and or creating new revenue streams, re buying raw to grade? If scaling is limited by time, could those be a better ROI? Thanks. So I always talk about my buckets. Let me show my nice buckets that I'm always talking about. Where'd they go? There. So I'm gonna change these for a future video, Dan, future video collectibles. I'm gonna change them. Like in 2025, I will max out my 401k. I will max out my IRA. My wife will do the same. Those are our primary buckets. But the next bucket, household spending, all that stuff. The next bucket after all that, I'm going to build a pallet with my dad. I'm going to build another pallet with my dad. And after that, I'm going to buy crazy grading flip plays, and I'm going to have like the cash flow I need to do all this stuff. But absolutely. But like in 2025, I anticipate I'll put aside at least $2,000 a month to go towards the pallet, maybe up to $4,000 a month, depending on how well the business treats me. Just to max out our primary bucket, to max out all of our retirement savings, all that stuff, you're talking several $1,000s a month, plus several thousand a month of our household spending, plus a couple grand a month investing in the Ultramodern Sealed, and then many, many tens of thousands a month churning and burning. And while these multi 6 figures churn and burn month over month, they need to spit off 5 figures a month to keep up with all the other stuff. Like that's how the whole cycle goes. You've got your money flowing here, And then every so often, once a month, it has to spit out for the car bill. I don't have this bill, but like the electricity bill, the propane bill, it's got to spit out for the crab leg and picanha bill. And that's the way that it works. It's very different. It's very interesting. Like when you're a 9 to 5er, which I was for 10 years, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different. You think about things differently. You have a known fixed amount coming in twice a month, once a week, however you're paid. You have that known amount coming in, and then you have the known amounts coming out. And it's a lot easier system to like match the two. In minus out equals accumulation. It's a lot easier to match everything when it's like I make 3,000 a month, I make 3,000 twice a month, whatever it is. When you've got all this money doing this, and you've got some stuff doubling, some stuff tripling. I think some stuff doubling, some stuff tripling. I did those backwards. And then you've got some stuff going down. Like it's a pretty wild system to be handling this much inventory and capital, and it's a fun optimization problem. My engineer brain, the same signals fire that used to fire when I was doing mass balances around reactors. Now I'm just doing inventory balances and cash flow forecasting, and there's a lot. There's a lot to it, to be honest. Too many tabs open. Collectibles, absolutely. How's it going? I don't know if it's Angel or Angel. Crawfish boil. I'm not a big fan of crawfish. But there I linked my page for the live pack pricing. Taking opportunity cost thought processes into the new year already. Made a good deal a couple days ago for a lot of slabs that I've been sitting on for a while. Time to make new plays. Yeah, I'll keep it churning, keep it flowing if you got the time. Man's paying $2 a pack. Nothing to see here, folks. There is no pack that I'm paying that little on. Shrouded Fables. No, Shrouded Fable's actually getting. I can't believe that pack's going up. What is Shrouded Fable right now? Shrouded Fable, I'm paying $277. The lowest, what's the lowest? Probably Scarlet Violet base, $258. I think that's the lowest. But don't sell. If you don't like the buy price, don't sell. It is likely Scarlet Violet base will not be going up. Shrouded Fable will not be going up. Handful of sets will not be going up, but there's a decent amount of sets that will go back to 75. Almost all of the Sun Moon Sword Shield, Sun and Moon XY, almost all of those will be 80%. Some of those will be 85%. I do really well with some of those. But especially around the holidays, I just didn't want to be doing a ton of emailing. I didn't want to go to my P.O. box and get 20 packages like I was doing. So if I have too much inventory and don't want to buy as much, I lower my percentage. If I need more inventory, I make an Instagram post. Hey, check out my page on my website. All these packs are up. If I really need something, I will put out emergency, sirens, emojis, all that stuff, rocket ships. Dan is paying 90% on Prismatic. Please sell to me now. And I will immediately get 3 people in my inbox that sell me a combined 5,000 packs, and then I'll be back to paying 75%. So it's a fun thing to navigate. Time to steal plays. How's it going, Mr. Raymond? Those Champions Path prices are crazy. What's Champions Path at? I mean, it's got Charizards in it, so it's got to be expensive, right? Champions Path, 1164. Is that actually what it is? This could be error prone. There could be things that come in, but that's probably what it's actually at. Champions Path is 1164 a pack. Yep. In the past 3 months, it's gone from $850 a pack to 1164. So if you want to sell Champions Path, as of right now, I am buying $8.15 a pack if you have interest. Starting January 5th, where would I go about finding sealed Japanese booster boxes shipped quickly and safely? _ retrospects on Instagram for all your Japanese sealed needs. Japan is within a holiday of sorts. So wait till January 5th and he will have his daily stories back. Maybe he'll have a website even. Like I have a fancy website that shows you what you can sell me packs for. Maybe he'll have a fancy website of what you can buy boxes from him for. And I bet one Shrouded Fable packs didn't go for market. So the way that similar to how I have my buy list here, let me show it again. Similar to how I have my buy list, I actually have the same foundation formula that I have here to determine pack pricing is how I set how PK and Ponga set the pack pricing for streams. So I have a spreadsheet here, the same data. So it pulls 675 for Shining Fates. With that 675 from Shining Fates, it tells me, hey Dan, pay 473, pay 70%. With this same 675, it takes it does a bunch of different math, different percentages, it factors in what I pay PK and Ponga, and it says sell it for this. So from that same 675, I buy off that and I sell off that, and I make a fixed margin in between, which is it's good business. Like all these questions that I get, should I buy this? Should I sell this? This, that, the other thing. They're getting answers from a guy. As I said earlier, when someone comes in and asks a question, should I invest in Surging Sparks? The way that I hear it is like, I invested in Surging Sparks. I bought 38 cases at $92.50 a box. Hell yes, investing in Surging Sparks did well for me. It does well. You double plus your money. So yes, invest in Surging Sparks. When it means buying your allocation at $92.50 for 38 cases. Yes, invest in Surging Sparks. A month ago-ish, I bought 12 cases worth, 12 cases of loose boxes for like 80% at the time. And I was immediately selling it the next night on stream for 100% of market. So yes, if that's what buying Surging Sparks means, then yes. But when you ask and I answer, I am me in this arena of Pokemon interacting and playing one way, and you are you interacting and playing the other way. The danger comes. So if someone comes in and asks a question, hey Dan, should I buy this? If they're asking as someone without a resale certificate who is paying $230 plus tax, when in my mind I'm thinking, oh, well, I buy that at 80%. Yeah, buy it. They're paying 110%. Maybe they're paying 130% because they aren't buying it through the cheapest place. Maybe they don't know about eBay. Maybe they only buy from trollandtoad.com or dacardworld.com or from their LGS who's selling it for $250, $280, who knows? Like, so that's where this disclaimer Dan comes in. That's where all the nuance, caveats, disclaimers come in. The answers always depend. They have to. They always depend. The answers are always in the gray area. So, yeah. Do I only buy loose packs, no sleeve boosters? Obviously can turn a sleeve booster into a loose pack. No. I have it written on my website somewhere. If it is not a sealed booster case or a sealed ETB case, it is a loose pack to me. I want to pay less for sleeve boosters. My streamers don't like them. Ponga and PK don't like them because they got to break them down. And we sell them as loose packs. I understand that some collectors, there are some outlets where through a very tedious process, you can sell art sets of sleeve boosters, you can sell individual sleeve boosters. I'm not about that. My business model, the way that I'm set up, anything that is not a sealed ETB case or a sealed booster case is a loose pack to me. I don't want your collection boxes. I don't want any of that stuff. I will pay like 60% of market on boxes like that because I don't want to have to break them down. I want people to break them down and sell them to me as loose packs. If you lose money doing that, then don't do it and sell them sealed elsewhere. That's the strategy where I'm at. 100 years worth of Shrouded Fable and Dan still paying 70%. There's always some caveats too. If someone, like as of right now, if someone said like, hey, I have 10,000 packs of Cosmic Eclipse, I will buy some. These are not unlimited quantities. Someday I might tie in quantities of like how many I want. That's complex. That takes a lot of time. I will though. I'll have Ponga's inventory. I'll have PK's inventory coming soon. And then I'll have the formula that pulls off their streams and does the math off their thing. Like I will kind of have Ponga and PK's live inventory every time I pull in a new report. So once a week, maybe I will. Maybe every Monday, I'll say like, hey, I'll buy 500 packs of any set, but I'll buy up to 5,000 Crown Zenith right now. I'll buy up to 2,151 right now. That might be a future integration because when I was paying 80% I had three separate people offer me 10,000 plus packs. So I had 30,000 plus packs of Crown Zenith offered to me at 80%. I was buying for 80% for about a month. And then I had three separate people offer me over $100,000. Well, 100,000 between them worth of Crown Zenith. And I'm like, nope, I'm pulling the plug on that. And then some of the people that were selling me at 80%, 75%, they're like, oh crap, Dan, why can't you buy them anymore? And one thing I do, so I had a couple people who I agreed to, I will buy them from you for this per pack. I paid some people further because they had something that was in process that we already agreed upon. If we agree on something at $4 a pack, and then I buy a ton and my buy price goes down, I will honor my agreement. I will continue closing out the deal on whatever quantity of packs at whatever price we agree to them on. If the price goes up, if the price goes down, if I get once I lock it in, it's locked in. If you're ever at Costco and you're buying a pallet worth of stuff and hey Dan, are you gonna buy 1,000 packs of 151 from me? I will account for that. And even if someone offers me 1,000 packs of 151 later for 50 cents a pack cheaper, I'll just take them both. I won't not take yours though. If I don't have the capital to take both, I will still take the one that I cash flowed in my mind. I will take the one that I agreed upon. Once we lock something in, it is locked in. Sadly, I can't say the same for everybody from the opposite side. There have been times where on a Friday, we've agreed on I'm going to buy 4 cases of this or 3 cases of that or 1,000 packs of that. And then a buyout happened, TCG player, some YouTuber made a video, whatever it may be. And then we agreed on it. They gave me the tracking number. A month later, I noticed on my spreadsheet, hey, this guy said he was shipping this on this day. Did that ever come in? I ping him on, oh no, I decided not to sell. Like we agreed upon that. Whatever, it is what it is. It's part of the business. But like, people will do that from their side. I'll note that. I won't buy from them again. But like, I will never do that to you from my side. If we agree on something, I will close that deal out. That said, you cannot agree to something on a Friday, December, whatever, and then 7 months later, when the say we agreed last week on Surging Sparks, and you haven't gotten it in the mail yet, and a month from now, 2 weeks from now, a reprint comes through and the price goes to $150. I'm obviously not going to honor that. I probably should make a hard, fast rule. Probably like 48 hours. If we agree to something, it needs to be in the mail. Tracking needs to be updating within 48 hours. Anyone can ship anything. You can break down a lot of packs in 48 hours. So that's my like tentative. It needs to be in the mail within 48 hours. Tracking needs to start updating, or it's not gonna fly when you send me a week later. Like, oh hey Dan, we were messaging about this prismatic a week ago, and we locked in at $10 a pack, which is 80% of current market. Some huge restock comes through. Pokemon Center, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Best Buy, wherever, and now it's $8 a pack market, and now I'm paying $6.50. I'm not gonna pay that anymore. You can't wait the week. You can't play that game of like, let me lock in a price with Dan and see if the price goes in my favor, and then I can re-lock in one. I don't play around with that. So giving the full both sides of that. I'm never gonna screw you around, and I'm gonna expect you to not screw me around as well. I have had that happen too, where I lock in a price with somebody, and it's this, and it's at 80%, and it's like, whatever, okay, we're locked in. 3 weeks later, they never shipped it. They want to re-lock in at the new 80%. And I'm like, no, you never shipped it. You're going to play a game. I can see what kind of person you are now. I'm not going to play that game. Like, it's not a, it's like, if you're going to sell, you're going to sell. If you're not going to sell, you're not going to sell. And if you're going to have me quote things, agree to things, and then not sell multiple times in a row, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to buy when it suits you. So yeah, one thing that will alleviate a lot of that is me just having a live place where my prices are constantly shown. So people, like, to be fair to some people, they're like, hey, do you want to buy this? And I say I'm paying X a pack. Oh, I don't want to sell for that. Like, that's fair. But some people have accepted two different things. If you say, hey, Dan, what are you paying? And I say X, and you say, no, thanks. That's not, there's nothing wrong with that. Not selling to me is fine. But if you say, yes, I'll ship it tomorrow, and then a week later the price is higher, and you say, let's lock in a new price, and then I'll ship it tomorrow for real this time, that doesn't fly. That's what I'm talking about. That doesn't fly. I think I wasn't being specific enough. hopefully people were understanding what I was saying. But that should make it more clear. Stacking a century's worth of Shrouded Fable is a top signal. So things go great when you get 38 cases of a set like this. They go to 200 something bucks and they fly off the shelf and you can't keep them in stock and you gotta buy more. But Shrouded Fable, I did not buy heavily from the secondary market. That's just my allocation. I can't sell my allocation of Shrouded Fable. That is how things historically go. You get an allocation and it doesn't move. It doesn't move till years later. Those Greninja Kingdra shrouded boxes are the chef's kiss. Taflosion's all in. No one's ever asked this man, hey, you used to be an engineer. Oh, man. I've specifically had that question asked within live streams. Like, hey, you used to actually do something productive for society. Doesn't just selling shiny Pokemon cards kind of like not stimulate your brain enough? I've actually had that question in live streams before. I got my 2 chase cards, best artworks of the set, without opening a single pack of Shrouded Fable. Awesome. Henry is still working on an AI app. Henry reached out to me via email. What was that? Oh. It's not my former company. It's the company I used to work for. They fired you. Remember that. Oh, that's funny. How's it going, Doc Jabroni? Retro needs a logo first before his website will come. Are you going to have any more streams with Alex coming up? Love the last one. So I'm really bad in that I don't host people on my channel. I would love to at some point. Every other episode we do on Pokeflips, maybe I'm not committing to this. Maybe I will try to get to where once a month. So I live stream every week on this channel. Maybe once a month I'll try to bring a guest on. I'll try to stagger it like 2 weeks apart from our guest on Pokeflips. Maybe. I'm not positive. And regarding Pokeflips, so we took a break for the holidays. We skipped last episode. We were contemplating rescheduling it to this Friday, but Nick and I are so far behind. We're just skipping the episode entirely. So Pokeflips has not aired since going on 3 weeks ago. We didn't quit. We didn't break up. Nick and I are still happily together. But we're gonna have it next Friday on our routine schedule. We just skipped one episode for the holidays. We skipped the episode that would have been December 27th because Nick was traveling back home. And yeah, so Pokeflips will be back. But yeah, as far as like occasionally having Retro on, Alex on, Ray on, whoever, I would love to. I'm just so bad at it. And it's hard. Like props to everybody who does content where they bring on other people and work with schedules and this and that. I will go on. Actually, I don't know if he wants it said, but I heard Alex say it once already. I will be on screen with Alex and other people on another channel. Stay tuned to my channel. I guess I won't spoil where it is in case he doesn't want it said. But I will be on a channel with Alex and 2 other great people in the hobby. And we will be talking Pokemon quite soon. I'll post it in my community tab. I'll post it to my Instagram. So look forward to that very, very shortly if you are interested in that. But as far as having people on my channel, as far as I don't know when people will invite me on their channel, but I always go. If you're out there and you have a Pokemon channel, if you have a podcast, if like I can't come on anytime all the time, but I don't think I've ever turned down a collaboration. I don't think I've ever turned down a collaboration at all. I've been on. That's actually one thing I want to do with the website too. It's on a long list of to-dos somewhere near the bottom. But I want to have on my website, not a database, but like a list of all the places that I've showed up outside of my channel. I want to have like, hey, on this date, here's a link to the stream I was on with Nostalgianomics. Here I was on with Retro. Here I was on with Java. I want one place where I have all that stuff. And it would probably be on my website. I guess I could do it on a YouTube. I guess I could do it on a YouTube playlist. I need to put that together at some point. I'll pay 75% on Crown Zenith and Lost Origin packs hit my line. I need to see. I need to finish my own inventory for the new year, and I need Pong and PK to do their inventory. and then I will know how many Crown Zenith I have. I want to say I have approximately 10,000 Crown Zenith packs. I turned down 30,000 Crown Zenith packs, and I have about 10,000 approximately. I don't know exactly. Maybe I have 10,000 just with PK. Maybe I have 10,000 just with Ponga. I don't think so, but I have a decent idea of what I have with them. I keep a spreadsheet where every time I send them something, just so they know what's coming, I send them, hey, UPS, here's the tracking number, here's roughly what's in it. 1,000 packs of this, ETB case of that, whatever it may be. 50 slabs, 100 slabs, 1,000 singles. The records are out there, Brad. The receipts are out there. I'm not gonna go find them because I could not care any less. But the receipts are out there. Drop names, Dan. Who did it? We need Poke Drama. Wait, I don't know what that was 8 minutes ago. I don't know what that's with respect to. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to, but I don't want to. That is wild seeing Pokemon Go packs higher than Silver Tempest. Time does great things. Two things. Part of it's, well, where's Pokemon Go? Let me go back. The Pokemon Go is $4.17 a pack. I guess it's not much older, but like print run in time to some extent. I would wager that Silver Tempest was printed much more heavily than Pokemon Go. But that's another thing too. Like Pokemon Go is a specialty set. It didn't necessitate as many reprints as like 151 did. So Pokemon Go was, I don't think I'm going on a leap here. It was printed earlier than, and it was likely printed significantly less than a set like 151. It was likely printed a fair bit less than Silver Tempest. Because one thing they did with Silver Tempest, they definitely reprinted the booster box. But after reprinting the booster box, that came out in a lot of different tins. That came out in a lot of different collection boxes. This is by no means, a lot of these packs are so much less than 1/36 of the box. A lot of the boxes hold a significant premium over 36 loose packs. Because one thing Pokemon's doing lately is they're hitting a lot of the ancillary products and not the booster box. So yeah, you'll see that quite a bit. I believe Dan is trying to say buy or buy. Absolutely. And then buy or buy, and then sell or buy also. Like sell to me for the prices I have outlined, or don't sell to me. That's perfectly fine too. The vast majority of people I know in life, the vast majority of people in the hobby will never sell to me anything ever, let alone these packs at these prices. You will not offend me if you do not sell to me. If enough people don't sell to me, if everyone can hold the line and no one sells to me at 70, I will go to 75. If everyone can hold the line at 75 and never sell to me, I will go to 80. I mean, I wouldn't go to 105% because I would just buy from the market for 100%, right? At some point, there's a limit. But that's how it works. Like, if I need to, I will raise my buy prices. If I need to, I will lower my buy prices. That's the way that it works. 10K is definitely not enough. I have over 3K and I'm a nobody. Yeah, I mean, 10K, like, I want a lot more. I want a lot more Crown Zenith than I have. But at some point, like if I just said what I want of every set, I would love to have a year's worth of streaming for every set. I can't afford that. 100,000 packs? Some packs, I'm paying, for 151, I'm paying 628. I would probably want, so if I wanted to have a year, some of this will have to wait for the video, because I actually know roughly what I need for a year of every set based off what we did the past month and then forecasting ahead. But for me to have 100,000 packs, for me to have a year's worth of streaming, that's on the low end. Cheap packs are $3 a pack. On the high end, expensive packs are $7, $8, $10, $12 a pack. So that's roughly $500,000 to $1 million. I don't have that much that I can tie up in loose packs because I have some amount of it in booster boxes. I have some amount of it in pallets. I have some amount of it in grading plays. I have some amount of it in singles and slabs and graded edge and all that stuff. So, like, I would love to have 10,000 Crown Zenith packs, but if I had 10,000 Crown Zenith, I'd probably have to have 5,151, and I'd probably have to have a couple thousand Paldean Fates. Then by the time you add it all up, it's like I can only allocate maybe 5 or 10,000 to Crown Zenith, and then on from there. I wish I had $10 million. I wish I had an inventory I could carry that heavily. My inventory is very high six figures, maybe low seven figures, but like it definitely was a couple years ago with all my former collection, with all the slabs, with all the other thing. But I've shed most of that stuff now. I've shed a lot of it. I've leaned out a lot of my inventory. Maybe with Fusion Strike being a $400 box, a lot of these Sword Shield era, maybe I have $1 million worth of stuff. But I'm gonna have to figure that out soon for my taxes. Dan to his wife, can you log into YouTube and ask me if I used to be an engineer, please? It 1000% happened somewhere, but by no means do I care enough to go find that receipt. I mean, Brad has the receipt. He just won't share it. Brad is the biggest receipt keeper I know. He has them all, and then when he can call you out with them, you will see him everywhere. I don't see too many anywhere though, because I'm not requiring too many call outs. But Brad has 2 folders. Brad has receipts on Dan, and he has like 1,000 of them that he wishes he could use someday. Receipts on Dan to catch him slipping. They just don't pan out. They don't pan out like Pokemon investments do. So he's got this big sad folder of things that he wishes he could use against me, and they never pan out. And then he's got a folder of the ones that were in there, but they failed miserably. There's a lot of ones in there, and those are deep down in the archives that he will be buried with. He will never let those see the light of day. He will never let Dan win. So yeah, he's got 2 sad folders of receipts. Ones that he can't use because they don't apply, and then ones that he could use, but they would go against his rhetoric that he wants to take me down with. So Brad G in shambles. So far from astray. That is a well-deserved direct hit. Ripping open some Pokemon Go product right now so I can get in on Dan coin before the boom is over. Hold the line till Dan pays 90, folks. See, Brad's the kind of guy. Brad's gonna catch some more direct shots. Brad's the kind of guy to say hold the line till Dan pays 90, and then Brad's gonna snake everyone and say, "Hey Dan, I got you at 89%." So I'm gonna keep that receipt right here. I'm screenshotting it right now. I'm gonna put it into a folder saying Brad G receipts, and I'm gonna catch Brad slipping. Brad slipping when he tries to sell to me at 89% to snake everyone, holding the line till 90. There we go. I actually saved that file to my desktop. Oh, that's hilarious. So the day that Brad sells to me for anything under 90, Brad just snaked you all. What a monster. K-Man says, huddle. Yeah, that makes sense, but turning down 30K worth right now, if I had the funds, I would have been all over that. That's the thing. I do have the funds, but if I buy 30K worth of Crown Zenith, I don't have the funds for everything else I want. I don't, like, I theoretically have the funds. I could have bought those 30,000 Crown Zenith packs for $350 a pack. I had the money. I could have cash flowed that. I could have made that work. I could have put over $100,000 in a Crown Zenith. But one thing I constantly say, don't go broke on good deals so that you miss great deals when they come along. When I was in Chicago, I only bought half a case of Van Goghs, partially because we were paying a 10% premium to market and I didn't fully believe in the play, but also partially because I didn't have the, like I could have theoretically bought 2 cases myself of Van Gogh Gray Felt Hat Pikachus when that play happened. That's actually a video that has to happen in February as well. So January's book, this is going to come in February, the full breakdown of that play. But I could have afforded, I could have made 2 cases of gray felt hats happen for nearly $100,000 in Chicago. But then I would have barely had the money to make everything else I have to have happen. Everything else, all the money that I need to keep churning, would have started the breakdown, would have had a bad time, would have had a hard time. In hindsight, it would have been pain worth enduring. I mean, I could have carried this on a credit card and I could have done well in hindsight. But my Chrome crashed again because I have too many tabs open. Oh, I have a ton minimized too. Yeah. There we go. I think actually It's probably my buy list page that's crashing because it's probably updating relatively regularly. So, but yeah, let me continue on. Um, but that is why like you need to have. It's so easy to say in hindsight, like, oh, buy all this, buy all that, but there's a lot of moving parts, and I need to satisfy all of them. So it's a big dynamic problem. It's difficult, but it's interesting and fun. Where'd we go? Hit that Sam's Club, Sea and Sky, lick, thanks to Ray, shining cards and collectibles. The problem is I don't think if you buy for 100% market, you can get it for that price. No way you can get a Brilliant Stars pack for $4.24 or $3.99 Astral on any current marketplace set to you. I mean, that's what TCG Player price is. So you can get pretty near to that. Some of them there's let me pull up eBay. Some of them there's going to be shipping. Like you can't buy one pack and get one pack sent to you for that. But let me look up what like 36 Brilliant Stars packs go for on eBay. I mean, the market, like, to say that you can't buy packs for 100% of market is really, really wild to me. Like right now I see on eBay $155 for 36 packs. And that's looking for 2 seconds. So I looked for 2 seconds and I see a listing for 36 Brilliant Stars packs, quantity available. There's 2 listings, so there's only 36 packs. But like, very wild statement that you can't buy packs at 100% of market. Yes, you could buy many. Like I can buy thousands of them at 80% of market. I can buy many more at 90% of market, and I could buy obscene amounts. If I put an offer out on Instagram that I want to buy 10,000 packs of Brilliant at 100% of market, I am confident that would be fulfilled. I am 100% confident within a week that would be fulfilled. Let alone just going to different websites and buying for that. Like that's yeah. I disagree very strongly with that. um oh, Brad can run his mouth in the chat a bunch, but then oh man, we're he'll be the victim. He'll be the victim when he has to be very quickly. Dan's the type of guy that will leak your coordinates to sink your battleship even when not playing. Oh man. How do you find so much time to stream? If anyone makes 6 digits, too busy packing. So are you talking about like this stream or like live stream selling? I have 2 streamers who stream for me. So right now, as we speak, I'm over here having fun, hanging out on YouTube, and PK's over grinding on Fanatics as we speak. So since he started, he's actually. Oh wait, he didn't. Oh, I got confused because I looked at it and I'm like 1-2. So he streamed earlier today. He streamed $3,300. So while I was live on YouTube playing around, PK was over doing serious business, selling $3,315 worth of slabs, singles and sealed, on Fanatics. So I find time by hiring other people. I find time by leveling up my business to business. I consign through Fanatics. I consign through eBay. I pull and tote Evo. I multiply my time by utilizing other services to sell, as I always have. This guy don't pack anything anymore. I can't wait till the day that I actually don't pack anything anymore. I am longing for that day, and that day might come in 2025, honestly. I think Chrome was crashing a bunch because my website was likely refetching the live prices as they update. I don't know, though. AAC, a House of Cards confirmed. You think loose packs will be 10 plus each of what by the end of the year? If I do not agree. If you're talking about Crown Zenith, what's Crown Zenith right now for 1 pack? Let me go back to my website. I'll make sure I close it when I'm done. If I thought Crown Zenith was gonna be $10 by the end of the year, this is where like, and I apologize for like calling this comment out. Experience share. I mean no, and maybe you have. Are you the one who said you had 3,000 packs earlier? Like that's a lot. That's a lot by every metric. And maybe as a part of your portfolio cash flow, maybe you're tying up. Oh yeah, you have over 3K and you're a nobody. So like, if you think that's gonna triple this year, how do you not have more? If the answer is that that's like all your cash flow, all your capital that you can allocate to it, fair. That's a fair answer. But yeah, it's 473 a pack. So that would only be only be doubling. I don't think at all it could be 10. I said earlier though, I ranted and raved earlier about how Pokemon has surprised me to the high side infinitely many times. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not bullish enough. If that's the case though, I would have, as crazy as it sounds, I probably still wouldn't have bought all 30,000. I probably would have figured out how many of those, tried to buy 10 to 15,000 of those at a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I'm not so bullish that I think Crown Zenith will be 10 plus by the end of the year. That's wild to me. I hope that happens. I'll be sad that I only have 10,000 packs. But yeah, that's wild to me, that prediction. That's a very bullish prediction. I love it. I love it. I hope it's true. $200 on TCG Player for Silver Tempest boxes. The seafood boil was amazing. I showed pictures earlier. Where to buy wholesale Japanese retrospecs and who else? I buy mostly from retrospecs. If you want to venture into Buyee and other places, you might get scammed. You might not, but you will not get scammed with retro. I have not been scammed with retro, so. Question for Dan. You were flaming me for buying Silver Tempest off PC a month ago, and they are up 50%. Is this your first rodeo? There's no... Let me see the receipts on me flaming you. If I said that I'm not going to buy that, if that counts as flaming you, okay, I'm sorry for the flame, but I'm quite certain that I did not flame you for buying them. I probably just said, like, I'm not going to buy them. I have no interest in buying things 4 at a time. The PC ETBs have done really well. The day that I can click a button and buy 20 grand worth of them is the day that I want to start buying them. I can buy Crown Zenith 10,000 packs at a time, $35,000, boom. $40,000, boom. I don't want to buy PC ETBs, fighting with the bots, this, that, the other thing. Like, oh, wow, you're up 50% on one case of ETBs. I don't care. I don't want to do that. Like, now I'm actually flaming you, though I didn't flame you for buying them before. You've prompted a flame now. I've got to, with that, I've got to go red lights for the last 20 minutes of this stream. If people want to get flamed, line right up. You line them up, I'll knock them down. Wait, did both go red? Is one still orange? I can't tell. Yeah, one was still orange. I thought so. The vibe didn't feel right. The glow off my balding spots. I gotta take some shots of myself, right? Then the Van Gogh Pika, like 200 now. I need that $100 difference from that bet we had. I can't help it went up in price. Brad G perpetually taking L's. There's my Van Gogh right there. Where is it? I can't. Where do I move my finger? There we go. Van Gogh's right there that Brad lost to me in the basketball game. I shipped 0 today because the post office closed. Let me see how many I have to ship tomorrow on eBay. Retro can see my eBay because he fulfills the Japanese boxes. He knows it's more than 3. It's not much more than 3. Tomorrow, I only have to do 8. And that's for a couple days. So, honestly, my goal, I'm going to give you a little bit of spoilers here. One of my big goals for 2025. I don't want to ship packs. I don't want to ship anymore. I want to ship big boxes to PK and Panga. I might entirely be done with my eBay channel, directly fulfilling my own things. I genuinely might be there. I might have eBay Live going. I might have eBay stuff going, but it might be entirely. I might be entirely done. The prospects of shipping extra boxes to PK and Panga and letting them stream for a couple weeks, paying them very well to do it, and shipping to a 3rd, 4th, 5th streamer maybe, and sending a box to Fanatics if you want to consign with me, if you want to have your stuff sold alongside mine and other consigners. The fees are here. Consign, netting up to 95%. You put packs in you put cards in a box, ship them to my vault address here, and you get payments of 90 to 95% payouts. I would not recommend sending me sub 120 stuff, but like literally pack a box, send me 100 slabs, and net 90 to 95% a couple weeks later when they sell. I do that myself. If you want to sell on Fanatics, I'm your guy. Everything above 120, you will net more selling through me than selling through your own Fanatics. Your own Fanatics, to be fair, they do the work too. But run the numbers. Run the numbers on what. Sorry, wrong one. Run the numbers on what I'm paying versus what they're paying. I'm paying a couple percentage points more across the board. And with eBay, I'll shout out James, D&G Emporium. I am selling a lot through his eBay now. Not all of it. I still have some on my eBay. But by the end of the year, there's a decent chance that all my eBay is either fulfilled by other people, like Retro for the Japanese boxes, PK Ponga, maybe other streamers for eBay Live if I start that up. And then I'll just I'll send everything to James or Fanatics or one of the streamers or one of those other places. There's a decent chance one of my higher goals is to be done shipping singular orders to the end consumer. I want to ship business to business only. That's one of my big goals for 2025. So yes, that actually is hopefully going to happen. The prospects of being able to just ship I started here and then I didn't end here. The prospects of being able to ship a couple boxes off to Fanatics, to James, to PK, to Ponga, to whoever else, and to send some money to Retrospecs on Instagram and have him buy boxes and fulfill them through eBay. Buy boxes, ship them to my streamers. That's what I want. I want to be able to manage the whole business from my phone, from a laptop, wherever I am. If I go to a Collecticon, I don't have to worry about turning off eBay. Do I turn off eBay? Do I cancel a stream? This, that, the other thing? If PK goes to a Collecticon, hey, Ponga, are you going? Do you want to fill in? Hey, third streamer. Hey, fourth streamer. Who wants to take these dates? I want to get to where all day, every day, I'm selling, shipping, Catch 'em All Collectibles brand is selling, shipping 100 plus orders all day, every day. We skipped Christmas. We skipped Thanksgiving. Maybe the end of 2025. Maybe someone's making double time on Christmas. Maybe someone's making. I don't know if Ponga was joking. He probably wasn't. He offered a number that if I had paid him that, he would have streamed on Christmas. I didn't take him up on it because I wanted him to enjoy his Christmas partially, but it was also a lot other part of it. But I by the end of the year, the prospects of me only doing B2B shipping just sounds amazing. It sounds so good that now saying it out loud, putting it into the ethos, probably has to happen. I ship everything that sells on Dan's eBay other than the MetaZoo singles. I'm calling cap. I've got receipts. There's a PSA 9 Entei V Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery card that I graded myself. There are 2 consigner cards. There's a Taipei Pikachu Taiwan promo, Pokemon Center. There are other things. There's a lot of 5 jumbos. So there's other things. I have receipts. I'm calling cap. I can't put it on screen because it'll show people's personal information. But Retro sees it. He knows. Putting blatant lies out into the ethos. Come on, man. Skya is my TCG player guy. I forgot that I had a TCG there with my long rants. How do you get PK to give up holidays with family to stream for you? I pay very well. I pay very well. They're doing very well. Crown Zenith is not 6 a pack. It's I just pulled it up. It was like $4.73 a pack. It's when you look at it objectively as a third party. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Brad throwing stones from his glass house. I throw a stone back. It hits the window of. Is that not what's happening? I mean, I didn't throw the first stone. I just threw one of the 100 back, or maybe 5 of the 100 back. Absolutely, you don't count shipping. What kind of madness is this? You think you count shipping for 1 booster pack on TCG Player? The lights are red. What are we doing? Let me look up 36 Crown Zenith packs on eBay. 36 Crown Zenith packs on eBay. Oh, let's see. Retro's saying they're 6 a pack because one is $4.79 plus $1.20 shipping. Come on, Retro, you're better than that. I could buy 36 pack lots for 150, 155, 160. I mean, maybe I'm not gonna vet every one of these listings, but let's look at this 170. There's tons of them for 170. So 170 divided by 36, that's 472 a pack. We got people in here saying you can't buy packs for 100% of market. What? Retro saying Crown Zenith is $6 a pack. What? What are we doing here? Come on. You guys are killing me. You guys are actually killing me with this stuff. Start of 2024, he lost Metazu Evo in the vault. I think he's just swinging in 2025, Brad. Maybe the lights stay red for the whole year. Red lights for the whole year. Mark it on the calendar. I'm going to mark it on the calendar right now because Frisky Squid told me to. So I'm going to put January 2026, January 1st, 2026. I am marking the Frisky Squid YouTube. If anyone else wants to be added to this, I will add your name. The Frisky Squid YouTube, $10 CZ packs. I hope it's the case. I hope you're right. I will be doing very well if that's the case. But curious, I assume you sell more English versus Japanese cards. Yes, significantly more English. They're Pokemon Center exclusive. I don't want 4 of anything. I want 4,000. I don't want 4. The experience share says you're all good, man. No worries. See, Brad is like, ooh, I'm a victim. You're hurting me with your words. And then the experience share is like, no, I'm fine. It's words. Like, we're just talking. Don't be a Brad G Cards. Be an experience share. Love watching your channel, and you definitely have way more experience than me. Crown Zenith has basically sold out across the board over the past few days. There's tons. Like, if you think Retro, if you think Crown Zenith is $6 a pack, you can go buy out eBay. I see right now there are thousands of Crown Zenith packs available on eBay at 100% of market at $4.79 a pack. They're all there. Click buy, get your 2% credit card rewards. Don't pay sales tax with your resale certificate. Like, if we're that bullish on Crown Zenith, they're there at 100% of market. I promise you. If you want, I won't even take a middleman fee. If you want to buy 30,000 packs of Crown Zenith, I will find in my email. I will reach out to those people for you and tell you that you'll buy those packs that I turned down. Yeah, I don't know. Lights going red. It's Theater of Blood time. Hey, Flosion. If I didn't end up going so late, so I'm already going 2 hours and 20 minutes. I contemplated doing a night at the theater after stream tonight. It's gonna be too late. I'm gonna go right to bed. But I'm gonna do a night at the theater sometime tomorrow night. I want to do Tob this weekend. So Tayflosion, Skya, all you RuneScapers that are deep into leagues, if anyone wants to carry a guy through Tob, I'm your guy. If you want to talk Pokemon about carrying a guy through Tob, I'm maxed out. I have all the gear. I got full bandos. I got my Thunder Kopesh. I got the Thousand Dragon Ward. I got my Primordial Boots. I got my Amulet of Rancor. I got it all. I'm kitted. I'm kitted, ready to go. I just need that scythe. Help me get that scythe. I love Crown Zenith. I like all the rocket emojis you've got going. I'm on your side, but like you have to take it into account of all the other opportunities there. I could literally put $100,000 into Crown Zenith, but it would not be the most optimal thing to serve me and my business. I would not have a good mix of stuff for PK and Ponga. I would not have good stuff that I could send to Skya. I would not be able to send Retro more money to buy more Japanese boxes to sell through eBay. Yeah, maybe Skya will be doing. We've talked about this before. I haven't forgotten you, Skya, but maybe we'll chat while we're running some Theater of Blood. We did sit here live. If someone wants to find a timestamp, if someone wants to find a clip, tag me in Discord. I will. So I said they're not for me. There was definitely the time with Java too. Like I will 100% own the fact that I have set too low of price targets for almost everything ever. Almost everything ever, always in Pokemon, I set way too low of price targets on. PC ETBs are just one thing. I've been almost universally across the board too bearish in my price prediction. And I fully own that. I've done that every day of the 10 years I've been in the hobby. I've set too low of price targets on everything. Everything is higher than I thought it would be. I think it'll go up, but it goes up way more than I would have expected. The Retro's calling it a $6 pack, but then he's saying it's not going to go to 10. I don't know. 7 to 8, I could get more on board with. Like 7 to 8 would be a 50% increase. There's a ton of it out there. I don't know. Like it absolutely could be 10. If you want to tell me it's going to be 20 in 2 years, it absolutely could be. I don't think it will be. I will make a lot of money if it is. I can't imagine what everything else will be if that is. But like that's been part of my history. Part of my 10-year history on Pokemon has been having skin in the game, being invested in it, and just perpetually not realizing how high it's gonna go. But like I bought into this play expecting to sell $300 PSA 10s. The last PSA 10 at ZNG Emporium, my last buy it nows went for $560. The last auction went for $607. The last auction went for $607. These on my desk, I don't know what these are even going for now. I temporarily lost a pile of these. But the last ones I sold of these were like $300. Let me see what they're going for now on eBay. If John's out there, if Pokemon Radar's out there listening, sorry John, I accidentally invested in 5 of our CGC 10 gem mints. CGC 10 gem Van Gogh. I accidentally invested in them. If I knew I had them, I would have sold them 3 weeks ago. I forgot about them. I lost them for a minute. And now instead of selling them for $280, $300, now they're $400. What a crazy market we're in. My price targets are almost always been too low. It's so wild. It's so wild. I wish the things that I'm doing to like build the automating, if I could have collected my engineer's salary and just had other people do it for me, like that would have been wild. If I could have, but that's not even a good analogy. Because hopefully what I do is like, I want to make in excess of what I used to make. And listen to this. I'm not going to fully out. I'm not going to fully out what I'm paying because it's not my numbers to share. But there's a good likelihood. There's 100% certainty. In 2025, I will pay streamers more than I ever made as a chemical engineer. There's an extremely solid chance I will pay one streamer more. There's a solid chance that I will pay one streamer more on a part-time basis more than I ever earned as a chemical engineer salary. In 40 to 50 hour weeks, I will be paying people more than that in less than 40 to 50 hour weeks. So do all the math you want to do there. I'm not going to say the exact numbers, but that's how crazy this market is. So like I want to make more than I've ever made, and I want to pay. I want Retro to eat, and I want Sky to eat, and I want PK and Ponga to eat. I want everyone to do well while I'm doing well. We're all doing well together. That's the goal. Will we get there? Can this all be sustained? We'll find out, I guess. Stay tuned for the next episode of Red Light Dan Rants. Wow, I'm getting so far behind. I need to catch up. We might be going till 1 or later. The lights went red. The comments are flowing. I'm 14 minutes behind. No. Yeah, I'm 14 minutes behind. Crown Zenith Giratina V-Star in a PSA 10 is selling for over $500 now. Ponga, the other night, Thursday night on stream, December 26th, he sold Fusion Strike Gengar for over $1,000. I want to say the card's up another 20% since he sold it. Moonbreon over 2,000. Fusion Strike Gengar over 1,000. Giratina going up. Crown Zenith cards going up. It's insane. And that's in spite of Seeing Skyboxes being restocked. Millions of packs. Like, it's so insane. It's crazy. It's so nuts. I sold the Meowth Fruit roll-up card. Is Dan off the soda or something? He way too cranky. Maybe he needs Mountain Dew. I'm on seltzer water with lemon and ginger juice, but they don't add enough lemon, so I add extra lemon. I add extra lemon, so I get extra acidity, extra spiciness. You can't include, you can't comp a loose single pack with shipping included. I get it. If you're gonna comp like this slab, if you're gonna comp a $500 slab that has $10 shipping, add the shipping. If you're gonna comp a booster box that has $5 shipping, MetaZoo. If you're gonna comp a booster box that has $5 shipping, add the shipping. Don't add dollar shipping to a $4.79 pack. You can't do that. You never can do that. Never ever. This is classic buyer seller negotiating. Seller wants the most possible and the buyer wants to pay the least possible. No, this is logic and reason insanity. Me, like saying that you don't include the shipping on a loose singular pack on, like, yes, if you're going to buy one pack, include the shipping. When you're buying by the hundreds and thousands, no, you don't include the shipping, especially because they're $4.79 for one pack on TCG Player, but you can buy 36 of them on eBay for the same $4.79 a pack shipped, minus 2% credit card rewards. So, like, this is sanity versus insanity. Don't make it out to be that, Mason, because it's not. Making 5 to 20 a box over thousands of boxes isn't profitable. Yeah, imagine making $5 a box across 1,000 boxes. That sounds terrible. I have no idea. I was never a big fan of Rogers off the field. He seems like an absolute clown. I wish I never heard him in any interviews. If he went on the field and won games, I wouldn't care. Like, throw the ball, do the thing, win the games, make me happy. But he didn't do that, and he's a clown. So, like, yeah, if he'll come back and win, come back. If he's gonna be a clown and lose, I don't need, like, losers are bad enough. I don't need a clown loser. When this wavelength of light radiates onto my bald spots, things get dark or light, depending on what you're after. You offer to send cards to PSA. I remember a few years ago they closed their service to new grading. Guthix wants to be on the calendar as well. I still have it open, so I'm adding Guthix Glint as well. Is that Guthix Glint like the god of Guthix in RuneScape lore? This is likely something that I'm going to be entirely done doing as well. If you want to send to my Fanatics vault and you want to have graded through them, I will do that. But not to me, to my PO box where I'm grading them myself. So Guthix, you are on the calendar as well. I'll be around in a year to audit your predictions. I don't know if you guys will be around though. We'll see. Ada pack, I'm more like, Ada pack to me is like very bullish. I think it could happen. 10, maybe you're right. Like I will 100% own it. I'm gonna write experience share on there as well. But I hope you guys are right. I'm rooting for you guys to be right because I'm rooting for myself there. I'm rooting for my inventory there. If you guys are right, the boom is still booming. We are still doing big things. So please let that happen. I've been eternally short setting my goals and things that I think places will get to. So yeah, I don't know. Ready. This guy's available for Top tomorrow. Doing another Super Nintendo stream. No, Super Nintendo's way ahead of RuneScape graphics. Trying to get the GC going in 2025. Paper Mario, Fire Emblem, Beautiful Joe. So Dan's hiring streamers so he has time to play video games and open loot boxes. I mean, absolutely. I want to hire streamers so that I have time to enjoy life more. Like, I am nearing financial independence. My foot is definitely coming off the gas. I would love to get to a point where, like for the next 10 years at least, I see myself working 40 to 50 hour weeks generally. But the issue with my current 40 to 50 hour weeks is I have customers to answer to every day. Every day I have to go on 1 day eBay handling. I have to go ship my orders. One thing that I want to do, I do want to work 40 to 50 hour weeks, but some weeks I want to do 60 and 70. And some weeks I want to do 0. The last time I did a 0-hour work week was my honeymoon. My honeymoon, almost 10 years ago now. So that's actually a good timing. Good monkey brain, round number. Good timing for that thing. August 2025. I want to be fully business to business. My 10th anniversary I want to go, and I don't know if we'll time it with that because school starting, all that stuff. But at some point, maybe I won't do it that way. Maybe it'll be 4 different 1-week vacations. But I want to have the ability, if I desire to take a 2 week straight off, answer a couple messages here and there, but no shipping. Like if a fire pops up, maybe put it out with a quick email, put it out with a quick text message. But largely just everything turned off. Everything turned off, business to business, Gaia, PK, Ponga, Retro, everyone doing their things and keeping their inventory stocked. And that sounds glorious. That sounds so nice. Um, yeah, like there are ways. I'm not saying that there's 0% chance of $10 Crown Zenith. I would put like a 10% chance to that. I would be not, it would not be the most surprising thing to happen all year, probably. But just to be clear, I would have put, if you would ask me a year ago, what are the odds that this set is 230? What if you would ask me a year or two ago, what are the odds that a set would come out that would be 230 within 2 months? I probably would have told you 10%. If you had told me when I bought that case, what are the odds that you're going to be selling some of your PSA 10s not for 300, but for 600? I would have told you 10%. So be mindful that when I say there's a 10% chance I think of that happening, 10% have been hitting left and right lately, but we are booming. Will we still be booming this hard in a year? I hope so, but I don't know. See, coming down to 7, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I sell. Let me double check what I sell. But yeah, there's like these things are not fungible. These things do not have like one. This is why I say market price is not a thing. Market price is not a thing. But I have right now, DK is not live anymore because it's late. But we were selling Crown Zenith on Fanatics for, where are we? Oh, yeah, I inverted it. So Crown Zenith, we were selling 9 packs for 52. That's $577 a pack. I sell them for $577 a pack, but you can buy them in mass for $470 a pack, and that's what market price is. So like, just because I can sell them for that, just because you can sell them for that, when people can go on eBay and buy 5,000 of them for $470 a pack, that's like nothing has a market price in Pokemon, but the closest things to having a fixed singular market price are packs, are boxes, are slabs that sell 1,000 times a week, a month, whatever. I don't know. We need to end that one now. We need, as Retro says, delete that comment before Dan blows a blood vessel. If you sell one thing one time or one thing a couple times, that does not make it the price. Like, I'm not gonna pay it 70% of what you sell it for. I'm gonna pay it at 70% of what it's readily available for. Like that's only reasonable. Let's see. Raws are 246. That is so insane. We bought a case of 400 at 120 a pop 2 months ago when they were 110 a pop. We paid a 10% premium over market. It's so nuts. It's so nuts. CZ is a great set, but don't lose your poop over it so much you forget the diverse portfolio rule of thumb. Have you read that Yakuza launder their money into Pokemon cards? I've not read that. I read it now, I guess, though, so yes. People never going to wake up and be like, yeah, I'm not interested in Mewtwo fighting Charizard or the 3 legendary dogs anymore. CZ, big chillin'. I am very bullish on CZ as well. Just not quite as bullish, I guess. No wonder he's so cranky. He's drinking nasty stuff. Oh, man. So I never made $90,000 a year as an engineer. I peaked in the high 70s, low 80s. I never made 90. But my streamers are being compensated very well. It is possible that I will pay multiple live streamers 6 figures in a given year. Like that is possible. I don't know how it'll exactly all pan out. I'm not going to share what the hourly, whatever that works out to. They part-time, but like a lot of part-time. They're streaming a lot right now. And if they scale from there, if I add a third streamer who streams a lot, like I'm gonna pay out a lot of money in wages. in independent contractor wages in 2025. I've paid out a lot already in the past 3 months. Do you think PSA, CGC, BGS can tell the Van Gogh counterfeits from China? Some of them, some of the time. Not all of them, all of the time, though. Mason says if you're copying a MetaZoo box, the seller should pay shipping because I have to bend over to pick it up when it's delivered. Oof. Yeah. If you're buying 1,000 of them, yes. Retro's really thinks I'm the one off the handle, but he is off the handle. Rogers has historically been good. Rogers has been very bad this year. If you win, I like you. If you lose, I don't like you. Like that is the extent of my relationship and care for athletes. Like I don't really care. I've heard more. Like I don't seek people's off the field opinions on stuff, and he just like seems super off the rails on so many things. Crown Zenith will be $8 in 3 months. What are we talking about? It's already at 6. Oh, Mason just trolling now. I love it though. I love it. Put me on your calendar for my birthday only, July 25th. I'm gonna skip that one. I'll have too many birthdays. I can't keep track of all the ones I have to. I truly I hope I'm wrong. Like, oh man, I'm wrong. My prediction was too low. Like, yes, please bless me with that multi 6 figures of additional gain over what I expect. Please, I will bear that cross. Trying to enjoy life more. Sometimes I have to chug a 6-pack of IPAs. I want to sit and enjoy them. What? Oh man. Being through with shipping customer orders is a great goal to have. I think I'll try that too. I have one thing right now that I'm tied to that I can't go 2 weeks on is consignments, which the way that consigning is working out, like I don't intend on changing that. So if any consigners are out there listening, I would at least set aside a few hours every Wednesday, whatever day I end up doing it in the future. Probably sticking with Wednesday from my computer on a cruise ship, wherever on the moon in my rocket ship. I can do that once a week in a few hours. I'm fine with that. But being able to take 2 weeks off at any time from and that's why I kind of want to have a third and maybe a fourth live streamer, so that if PK or Ponga wants to turn it off for a week, well, and reasonably they likely will at some point. Hopefully they don't just stream 5 nights every week forever, 2 nights every week forever. Hopefully they take a little bit of a break here and there. But that's why I need to have a third and a fourth streamer. I want to be able to take some time off. I want them to be able to take some time off. And I want the machine though. I want the machine to be running. I want that to be running all the time. Dan ain't putting in no 70-hour work week unless you including RuneScape playtime. No way Brad's putting in 70-hour work week. I'm working right now. See, Brad's trying to say it 2 different ways. Brad would say on one hand, Brad would say Dan's streaming 70 hours a week on YouTube. He's always live. Pokeflips, his channel, Retro's channel, Alex's channel, Java's channel. He's always live. But then he also says he's never working. When I'm live, I'm working. Come on, Brad. Pick one. Life is passing you by. You're working too hard. Dan's 70-hour work week is 45 hours on the couch browsing Discord. Hey, I mean, Discord's work. I'm making money. It's work. It's paid work. So Mason, if you have any interest, if you want the code for how I built that page, I will likely share it publicly at some point. But if you want that in your DMs, like tonight, maybe not tonight, because I'm probably going to go right to bed. If you want that in your DMs tomorrow, Mason, any help, let me know. Slide into the DMs. I will drop you the chat GPT code that it gave me. If I put it together, others can put it together for sure. Do you ever reflect on how much your business has changed so fast? You used to watch your slab optimization and 10 listings on eBay a day streams, then eBay Vault, now live streaming in just a year or two. It's wild. I'm very aware of how much it's changed in the past couple of years. I never would have expected it, but I see opportunity and I pivot towards it. When I have the opportunity to create such a win-win where I do the sourcing, and I have people streaming, and I'm doing well, I'm making money, they're doing well, they're making money. If I can create that, I'm gonna create that. I didn't used to see those opportunities. I didn't used to think as big in the past, I guess. So yeah, I'm going for it. I'm going in heavy right now. I've spent so much more money, and I've created so many things in the past year that I wouldn't have expected 3 years ago, 4 years ago when I quit my job to go full time. Oh man. Thought you was buying them at 70% to sell at 100%, not 120%. You're making a killing. Where am I selling at 120? What did the Crown Zenith work out to? So 52 for 9. So 52 divided by 9. I'm selling them for 577. Maybe that is 120%. 577 divided by. But yeah, I mean, I'm factoring in paying my streamers. I'm not netting. Like I'm grossing 120%, and I'm probably netting about 100%. That's probably what that is what my math is. My math is to approximately net. Sorry, net, not gross. Net 100%. So yeah, I mean, when you go and you buy on a live stream, you're often paying a premium. You're often paying a premium for that entertainment. Like, as I always do on my YouTube, like I generally say, unless you're comfortable with what you're doing, like don't buy from me unless you fully know what you're buying, and you know that even on my eBay, you're paying a premium. I do ad rates. I sell at a higher price. Like, I generally say, don't buy from me. I'm generally too transparent. There are probably live streams that sell things cheaper. But if you want to hang out with PK and Ponga, if you want to rip some packs, maybe you're just using your promo codes, maybe you're not. They're there, buy or buy. That's what it always comes down to. Um, Raw Gray Felt Hat Pika, that is so wild. I can't believe it. It's blowing up everywhere. Terrible engineer making 45K. Minty emoji pays his wife 60,000 a year, 2 hours a day for packing. That sounds like some S corp shenanigans, which I'm a big fan of. Consult your CPA, reasonable salaries, all that stuff. As always, what do you do with the eBay when you go on vacation? I want to be able to take breaks and comebacks. So they have vacation mode. Sometimes I've done vacation mode. Sometimes I've increased the handling time. In the future, I'm not going to do any of that because I'm going to have people running them for me. I'm going to do B2B only, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. Market price is always a thing, but it changes constantly. Of course, it's cheaper when you buy at volume, and I never heard anything about Pokemon Go. Market price is more of a thing with stocks. Like if you want to buy Apple stock right now, if you want to buy it, if you want to sell it, you are going to buy at 250.43 and you are going to sell at 250.41. That is a market price. You can't go to eBay and Troll and Toad and David Adams Card World and Fanatics and Heritage and Golden. You can't go to those and get 20 different quotes. You go to one place and there's one price. That is what a market, like that is, it's all a spectrum. It's not binary. It's not black, white. That is as close as it gets, though, to having a singular market price. That is fungibility. There are how many stocks? There are however many millions of Apple stocks. Hundreds of millions of Apple stocks. And they're fungible. One is the same as the other. These have a wide range of what they might buy, sell for on any given day, any given platform. And they're not the same. They're not fungible. One has more weight than the other. One is more centered than the other. That is why I say there's not a market price in Pokemon, because there's more of a market price for this than there is for this, and there's more of a market price for this than there is for. Do I have a? Oh yeah, than this a raw card. Like, there's a hierarchy of fungibility and market price ability, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try to end by one. I'm gonna try to end by one in 13 minutes. Does his audio keep cutting out, or is that just me? Hopefully it's just you. That's probably your internet. Good. Time for Dan to put a few cases of CZ ETBs on the pallet. There are a couple on the first pallet, I believe. Have you considered targeting the exclusive promos for sets like the GameStop Charmander Sprigatito, or do you just wait for those to flesh out and just buy it if it makes sense later? Generally the latter. I generally, if I can buy 100 of them later after it feels fleshed out, after the graded edge really fleshes it out, I would be more prone to buy it then. I don't really speculate in singles. A lot of people do, and a lot of people do really well. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Overall, a lot of people there's probably a lot of people that win really big on average doing singles. I mean, I know people who do, so there definitely is. But I just don't do it. I am taking the avenue that I am. I like modern sealed, and I like buying the packs for the live streams right now. 2 years ago, I was buying very different things for very different platforms. 2 years ago, I was optimizing for Stolen Toad Evo. A year ago, I was optimizing for eBay Vault. There are different seasons. There are different times. I've pivoted quickly when it makes sense to do so. Maybe at some, this could happen. In 5 years from now, I could be making my 29th pivot in the past 8.5 years since I've been full time, and it could fail. But what does failing entail? What does failing entail when you have no debt? What does failing entail when you have no leverage? If the Pokemon hobby's still around, maybe, oh crap, my eBay isn't as fleshed out as it used to be. Now it only has a 25-year sales history with 70,000 items sold, instead of maybe it could have had 100,000 items sold. Or I spent all that time on Fanatics Live. Now my whatnot only has 10,000 followers when it could have had 20,000 followers. It's even the downside scenarios seem pretty decent and seem pretty manageable. So I don't know. I'm trying to optimize best I can. Very likely I will miss the mark on many things. Very likely I will sell many things too early. I think Retro said that he wanted to see this held up one more time. So I think I will have sold many things too early. I will sell some things too late. The trophy Pikachu I sold, Brad's in the chat. Brad loves when I take L's. I declined $50,000 wire transfer offer from Rusty on that trophy that I sold on Fanatics. What did I sell that for? I forget what that ended for with buyer's premium and everything. So I sold a trophy that 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, whatever it was, I declined $50,000 from Rusty, and I just sold it for $28,200. So I do things suboptimally. I make missteps. I sell too late. I sell too early. It's gonna happen, but I don't sweat it. Like some people, their businesses fall apart because they get so caught up in, I mistimed this. I didn't time this perfectly, and on to the next thing. On to the next thing. You can't I could just sit around and lament my loss of TCG player and roll over, or not TCG player, Troll and Toad Evo. I could lament the loss of eBay Vault and then not continue on. But I pivot into the next thing, and we'll see how it pans out. So far, it's panning out pretty well. Hopefully, it continues, but it might not. It might not. There seems to be a lot of learning that needs to be done by the community. Lots of terms thrown around haphazardly. Let's rock it. Get specific. Get specific. What terms are being thrown around haphazardly? Is it me? Is it people in the chat? I agree, but we might be agreeing to different things. I don't know. You're gonna see more Van Goghs. It's gonna get crazy. I've not even sold. I've sold maybe half of them. Let me go back to the. I've sold maybe half of them, counting some of the ones that I pre-sold. But there's a lot to go. There's a lot to go. Don't worry. I really liked orange soda. I liked it as a kid. I'm not sure why. Holds up a Van Gogh. There you go, Retro. If he goes through the drive-thru at McDonald's with one on his dashboard, the business card can pay for the meal. I mean, I don't know if Mason's a CPA, but I'm not going to argue it. Will Dan ever sell out of Van Goghs and have none to hold up for his arguments? I'll always have this one. I'll always have this one. That is PC forever. I will be buried and or cremated. Whatever gets done with me, that will be with me. I will put it in my will next time I have to update my will. That's a write-off. Catch you guys later. Filling my buckets and my stomach. Oh, man. If I fail, did I really fail? Because I'm... Oh, that's hilarious. I am going to get the Stream Deck up and running with some rocket emojis, things like that. Let me make a note in this tab I have open so that I know to do that. Rocket emojis on Stream Deck. That needs to happen. Make a Van Gogh. I'm gonna make a note for that too. Van Gogh, Pikachu, Stream Deck button. Weird. I have so many notes here. Okay, so and Van Gogh. I'm gonna make a thing where Van Gogh just slowly rises on the screen. What a huge Pikachu head, and then slowly dips back down. A Van Gogh just peeks out. Um, Minty emoji loves my attitude and my content. Walrus and retro motivation. I appreciate everyone hanging out. The lights went red. It got dark. It got light. Depending on what you're seeking, it got something. I don't know what I did there, but I sure did it. Is what I'll say. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a great time with family, friends, all that good stuff. Hope you had a great time interacting in the Pokemon hobby. Shout out to Java Akuma. If you didn't watch it yet, he was live through the new year in his time zone. 5.5 hour live stream. I haven't made it through yet, but I'm gonna listen to it all back. Next weekend probably. I'm gonna run some Tob this weekend. I don't want to do my first Tob streams on Tob runs on stream. There will be a RuneScape stream sometime in the next 2 weeks. I will stream Inferno. I will stream Tob, and I'm excited for it. So if you're looking forward to that, I might do it as a live stream for a little bit and then unlist it like an hour in, or unlist it half an hour in, just so it's not killing the algorithm, whatever. But then I'll probably pop it up live down the line, if anyone wants to see that, because I know there's not that many that want to see it. But yeah, I appreciate everyone hanging out as always. Cheers to a big booming 2025. I will catch you all later.